T-Bone you're about to listen to is incredibly stupid. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah, our school's locked down. They're not letting anybody in.
But they know who I am.
That's why they know who I am. They know who both of us
That's why
are.
they let you stay out
They
there.
know who you are, too, up in Marysville. They wouldn't let you walk into school.
Oh, they would.
Oh, hey, Common Man. How you
Hey,
doing?
Common Man here for take this coat. It's cold outside.
Your kid doesn't even go here. What are you in the class for? Get out of here.
You know what? I saw some other kids not dressed appropriately, so I brought some garments.
Featuring Panama Ted,
I'm a dork and stupid.
Timmy Hall,
I love a good, thin meat.
and a crap ton of random sounds from the internet.
His lower body is ridiculously thick.
You little stupid.
Not on my watch.
My butt's sore. Holler.
I like that laugh.
Welcome to Man and Bone.
Happy Monday. It's T-Bone and Tyvis. Tyvis Powell is in. Hello, buddy.
How you doing, man? How was your weekend?
Oh, weekend was busy. We had dance recital. We had soccer in the rain. Raining all weekend. Just what you want.
Wait,
Just,
Saturday, your daughter still played?
oh, she played and scored a goal.
Look at that.
Scored a goal. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she better than me.
Oh, that's Tyvis hasn't scored a goal in soccer?
I've never played soccer. That's like
I
the
thought
one.
on Tyvis Tries you did everything. You didn't try soccer?
No, I didn't try soccer.
gotta
That's
get you
like
out
the
there.
one sport that I never had interest in, which is crazy because my father is like, that's all he talks about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the one in Jamaica.
He's from Jamaica,
Yeah, the
right?
one in Jamaica. He said that if he was in my life, I would have played soccer.
Wow.
Said it just like that, too.
What are you? You're 6'3", right?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Are you like Virgil van Dijk is 6'3" for Liverpool. I'm saying he can jump. He's fast. Like it's like NFL defensive back.
Well, you want to know
in soccer? That's what you would play, and you would be awesome at.
Well, you want to know the funniest part? My oldest, all she talks about is she wants to play soccer. I don't know where that came from, but like she's like, I want to play soccer.
This is great.
So
I'm
it's
so glad.
Genetics, I guess.
Oh, yeah, we're
her grandfather is calling her.
She knew that Dad was going to start working with a soccer fanatic very soon. And she's like, yeah, I'm reading the room. I see what's going on. We're going to get her out to a crew game. We're going to have fun. It'll be good. So weekend was a little rainy, a little wet. Mm-hmm. If you watched the Kentucky Derby, you saw the slop there. Yeah, that was gross. And then one of those boring name horses we talked about, Sovereignty.
Yeah.
Sovereignty, I think. That's right. I know the word. I just can't say it. That horse won, beating out journalism.
Yep. You know what's crazy about that? I was talking, my brother-in-law was at, Saturday was my daughter's 3rd birthday party.
Yeah.
So my brother-in-law is sitting there, and we looking at the horses. This is the first time like I get to see the horses.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. You're a horse guy. You look at the horses.
Yeah, and I seen that horse. I think it was like gray, and I was like, that horse going to win. And you know what he did? He put money on it.
And
he won.
That was Sovereignty. Okay.
And I looked at him like, wow, you got lucky. You got lucky. I still got an eye for horses is what I'm.
Good for you.
At the end of the day.
I've never understood what to look for other than they look like horses.
Look at the horse. They
look great. I've seen some horses that I've looked at and said, that's a winning horse. And they're like, and in last place, the Jedi Knight. And you're like, oh, well, I like the name too. I guess I got blinded by the Star Wars reference.
Yeah, well.
It sucks. I'm not good at it. Also, you know what sucked last night? So I get done with the recital. Mm-hmm. Family goes, let's go out to eat. Recital's at like 5:30. And I'm like, sorry, I got a Cavalanche to attend. I can't do it.
Yep.
You guys can go out, but I'm not going. So they all went out to eat. I go home, crack a beer, sit down, and it's time. Put the Cavs on, and I'm watching. And I'm thinking, all right, it's early, but it's a little tight, but that's okay. Everybody's just nervy. Cavs have had a little layoff. And I see the Pacers just hitting every shot imaginable. And I'm like, well, that's not going to last. It's the Cavs. The Cavalanche is coming.
Yeah.
And it did.
It had a moment where about the end of the second, early third, I was like, okay, here it is. They're closing the gap.
Uh-huh.
And they took the lead.
Took the lead a few times,
was like, okay, here we go. Here it is.
And I thought it was going to be another 10 points and off to the races, and the game is over.
And Aaron Naismith just kept saying, Cash, Nimhard, Cash.
Yeah,
I'm just sitting there like, what are you? You know what they reminded me of? They look like the Warriors when Kevin Durant was there. When they just shot threes.
That's what.
I was like, you just might as well say it's going in because it is.
They had some open looks, but Cavs were getting after them, especially in the second half, and they're still like making every time they needed a shot to like stop the Cavs' momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Pacers got it.
Yep.
Tyrese Halliburton, good. Dad,
he did.
Crazy.
He did.
He's good. Son is good.
I don't understand. The Cavs defense and their rotation was terrible because
it was bad.
They left a lot of wide open threes. But the one thing that kept, I wouldn't say it kept, it happened like 3 or 4 times, is that Jared Allen got switched on Tyrese Halliburton, and he took him to the clinic every time. I was like, stop switching. Like, it's certain matchups that you just can't switch.
Yeah.
You got to fight over the pick, and it is what it is. And they just kept switching, and he scored every time.
So I'm watching this game, and I'm thinking, like, well, they won't keep shooting like this. They've done it through 3. They were 55%, the Pacers were, from three-point land through 3 quarters. I'm like, well, they're going to cool off. And then after the game, I was like, well, all right, they're not going to do this for 3 more games. They're not going to shoot like this. And then I'm talking to my man Bodie today. Bodie is a huge Celtics fan. And Bodie said, yeah, this seems very familiar when the Celtics played the Pacers last year. You kind of had this feeling, right?
Yeah, and even I think Halliburton missed game 3 and 4 last year, and it was like, that's fine. Andrew Nembhard will turn into Michael Jordan for a night. TJ McConnell had a couple big games. Like, that's kind of just their offense, man. Like, I'm not saying they're going to shoot that well in the next 3, 4, 5 games or whatever. That'd be a little ridiculous, but their offense is going to keep coming, and it's going to be a problem, I think, throughout this series.
You got to be able to score. That's the thing. You got to be able to score to keep up with the Pacers. If you're a betting man, I would take the over on every game because they are going to score some points. Darius, I don't know. You can take my toe. You got to get back out there. This is everybody last week was like, well, maybe the Cavs are better without Darius.
Stop.
And I'm looking
what are you talking about?
Blasphemy. And you sat out there, and don't get me wrong, Ty Jerome had 21 points on 21 shots. But, like, there's
an efficiency that we have to.
You need Darius out there to be able to hit some threes. And Donovan going 1 for 11 is ludicrous. Like, that's from the three-point line, that's ridiculous.
Anywhere normal to what they're, like, capable of from three-point land, this is not a close game. But the reality is they weren't, and you're going up against apparently the 2017 Warriors out of nowhere. So that's... Yeah.
I mean, everybody hit. Pascal, Miles Turner hit at the buzzer beater, Obi Toppin. It's everybody on their team can shoot threes. It is ridiculous.
It's okay. So it was a punch in the mouth, is what we're going to say.
I'm calling it a fluke. How about that, America?
Right. Yeah.
They will not. They shot like 53% from the three-point line. There is no way that they following up game 2 shoot that good.
Here's the problem is I'm with you, and I feel like we're all saying that, and then now I'm starting to get worried about the Pacers going, oh, we just won game 1. Nobody believes in us. And then they have a nobody believes in us game 2. Well, and then suddenly we're down 2-0 going back to Indy.
There's no way.
That can't happen.
Listen to me.
Caitlin Clark was even shooting out there with them. She plays for the other Indianapolis team, and they were like, no, you can go out there and play. You're a Fever player. Get in there.
If the Cavs go down 0-2, I will be concerned.
Okay, yeah, me too. Yes, same. You know what? We agree. Everyone agrees with that.
If the Cavs lose this next game, and you got to go back to India. If they shot this well on the road,
well, then
you can only imagine what they going to do at home.
And that crowd, if they go back 2-0, that crowd is, I mean, the Indy fans are great. Indiana likes basketball, from what I've heard.
You don't say.
That's kind of a thing. So, I know this is a lot of NBA talk, but what I will also say is it's Cavs talk. And I know many of you have just checked in on the Cavs for the first time. You're like, wait a second. Number 1 seed, one of the best teams they've ever had. All I've heard about is how great they are. They swept out the Heat with no problems, largest margin of victory ever. And then you're sitting there saying, what did I just watch last night? Well, that's what you saw. You saw a team that struggled from three-point line, and you saw a Pacers team that shot better than they should, what we think they should, what they were in the regular season. They're a good defensive team, though.
You know the Cavs had 70 points in the paint? They score 70 points.
That usually gets the job done.
Yes.
That usually gets the job done. They also out-rebounded offensive rebounds. It was something like It wasn't this, but it was something like 15-3 at one point. I looked and I'm like, and they were down, and I'm like,
what you saw?
What is happening? And the answer is the 3-pointers are going in.
What you saw last night is why if you go to any Muni League or any kids games, you see them all shooting threes because that's just where the game is right now. Like 3 beats 2, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
If you can do that, it's great. If you can't do that, it's a problem. And last night the Cavs couldn't do it. We have lots to get to today. We are going to talk to our guy, Jason Stark. Jason's beef, it's still here because Common Man and T-Bone, we used to talk to Jason Stark. They're still going to talk on Common Man and Timmy. They're going to talk to Jason Stark on Monday, so we're continuing that. So we'll have a conversation with Jason Stark here in the 5 o'clock hour. I have plenty of Ohio State news, big recruiting weekend over all that we'll talk about. There's some fast food news I have to tell you about. And next, for a school that did nothing wrong, innocent, this school up north, Michigan sounds just a little guilty today. We will talk about what they did in relation to Connor Stallions coming up next. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should watch for some slowdown due to an accident that's on Leonard Avenue at Hamilton Avenue. We also have a crash that's on the left shoulder of northbound 270 on the West Outer Belt at Tuttle Crossing Boulevard that's causing some delay. This report is sponsored by Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell, Divorce and Family Law. Call 866-323-7529. That's 866-323-7529. Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on. CordellCordell.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by The Waterworks, your trusted neighborhood plumbing, draining, heating, and cooling experts. Visit online today at thewaterworks.com.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia. Often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. Our low prices add up to big savings, plus over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
You can save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 2 free with your car. Limit 8. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
When you're starting a home improvement project, a few big questions always come up. Who can I trust? Will they be there if something goes wrong? And lastly, how much is this going to cost me? At Newman Roofing, we've been answering those questions for over 30 years. As a family-owned and operated company that takes pride in every aspect of the job, with family members involved in each department of the company, we treat your home like it's our own. That means clear communication, no shortcuts, and a white glove experience from start to finish. And when it comes to cost, we get it. That's why we offer flexible financing options so you can get the quality your home needs at a price that works for your budget. Don't just take our word for it. With over 700 5-star reviews on Google, families across Central Ohio are sharing their Newman Roofing experience. For roofing, siding, and gutter solutions built around family, call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman for Orthopedic One, Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice. They helped me with my elbow pain, and I'm back on the course. Find a physician or location near you at orthopedic1.com. Orthopedic One, this is where you go to get better.
If your garage door is so rusty that every time you open it, you think, I should probably get a tetanus shot. We are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we've fixed crappy garage doors straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeStoreSystems.com.
Two men. One is very white, fat, and bald. The other is not very white at all. Delightfully husky and getting bald. They have a radio show. It's good. T-Bone and Tyvis.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9, starting May 12th.
The Fan.
Hi, I'm Josie. My daughter turns 5 today. Blow out the candles. I'm also an Ohio State Highway Patrol trooper. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can get home to celebrate with my daughter.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Brought to you by ODOT, USDOT, NHTSA, and ODPS.
Have you experienced foot or ankle pain during or after sports, running, or exercising at the gym? Nagging aches in your foot or ankle that won't go away? Podiatric physicians can provide you with important foot care solutions, shoe inserts, or show you how to support your feet and ankles so you're able to compete or exercise comfortably. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and have been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start looking and feeling your best with Hair Grow by New Nordic. Online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or at your local CVS.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy skies with some peaks of sun and temperatures only getting into the mid to low 60s. We'll see chances of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon to early evening, some which could be on the stronger side, and then lows tonight into the 50s with rain overnight continuing. For Tuesday, we still have a chance of rain and isolated storms in the forecast with highs in the 60s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfolo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Listen to this show or go to hell. This is Man and Bone.
Join the Fan on Saturday, June 21st in Westerville for the inaugural 971 The Race. I'm going to be there. Common Man's going to be there. Reeser's going to be there. And T-Bone is going to be there. What race are you? How long are you doing?
Well, there's the 1 mile,
yes,
which I know is that's the Tyvis Powell distance.
Yeah, walk or run.
Soft.
No, wait, hold on.
SAWFT. Soft. And then I'm doing the 5K, which is 3.1.
Really?
Yeah. I'll probably walk it, but I'm going to do that. Yeah.
See, this is
it's a run walk.
Why not do the 9.71 kilometers?
I've done that. Reeser's doing that.
See, this is the thing. This is the thing.
By the way, where can they go to register before we get off into who's tougher and why everyone is a weakling except you?
Register now at 971therace.com.
Okay, thank you. Join, but Common Man will be there handing out medals too, so you can stop.
I thought he was running.
No.
He not walking the mile?
He's going to be there. He's going to hand out, like, when you complete your journey, he will hand you a medal.
That ain't good enough. Like, if I got to do it, he should have to do it.
You don't have to do anything. You've been asked and you agreed to. And you signed a contract in blood. At least I think that's what it was.
I think I'm going to run it. I think I'm going to run the mile.
Well, you said you did 1.5 miles on the treadmill today. No problem.
Yeah. That's why I'm pretty confident that I could do the mile.
So that'll be good. You'll do the mile, and then an hour later, I'll show up and be like, gang, we're all gone. Everybody's left.
You know what you should do?
Because I'm going to walk the 3 miles.
This is what we should do. We should have me run the mile with a baton. Okay. I'm going to hand it off to you to start the 3K, the 5K. And then you hand it off to Reeser for 971.
I'll tell you, the middle leg of that one, they're going to be like, we got to close up, guys. There's a time limit, and you've exceeded the time. Not for me, but like for Reeser, then it's like he's going to be an hour and a half behind, and then he's going to go. So that's what I'm saying.
Make sure you put some stuff on your thing. They say you be bleeding.
Stuff on your thing.
Reeser say he be bleeding on this.
There's chafing, anti-chafing stuff you wear.
You got that problem?
Well, you can. Anybody can if you run for like long distance. No, not for like a mile. I'm saying if you run like a 10K, after a while, unless you wear like exactly form-fitting clothing, it can get a little dicey out.
Let me tell you something, T-Bone. I've been running for a long time. Never in my life have I had looked down and seen blood on my shirt from
You haven't run far enough.
From chafing.
That's the only answer. Haven't run far.
You run for quite some time over the course of a football game.
No. That's different. Because you run for I heard your former coach, 4 to 6 seconds of relentless effort. I heard about it.
You kind of take
it's 4 to 6 seconds.
You got to take what he say with a grain of salt.
No, but then you stop and you get an hour to breathe, and then they go, all right, now guys, second down, and you're like, yeah, and then you go out there and you hit each other and you almost kill each other, and you get hey, commercial break, and then it's 8 hours of commercials, and then it's like third down, and then we're like, great.
Your shirt's still rubbing up against there.
Yeah, you have shoulder pads. It's just different.
I'm not worried about it.
Okay, great. Can't wait to see you at the marathon this year. Excited to see that.
I'll bring the Band-Aids and Vaseline.
That's good. So this Michigan story, I don't think we're ever going to get the resolution we want as Buckeye fans. At least I'm not. Because what I want to see is ultimate punishment.
Like?
Pony Express, SMU. Shut the program down. Let's go.
That's what
started.
Yeah. Is it that serious to you?
It's Michigan. I just want it. I want them to because they're all gloating. Because they're like, we won our championship. We've been winning games against you. Mm-hmm. Hey, we won ours before you won yours. Like in this latest little iteration, even though whatever. And all that is because we know they cheated. But they're like, well, we got away with it. What do you want? Or most of them are claiming never would we ever cheat. Connor Stallions was there selling these vacuum cleaners and doing everything honestly. So I want to see them really feel some pain, and I know they won't.
If you want to see them feel some pain, I wouldn't take away the championship. I know it's as crazy as that sounds. I wouldn't, because they were under investigation, so they couldn't cheat at that point. So I would say that they won those games fairly.
Okay. All right.
Quotation marks, fairly.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Everything up until that point, I'd vacate them wins, though, because...
But what is that?
Well, they
vacated wins?
That's because they celebrated this 1,000-win stuff. And I can't stand it. It really bothers me that they get to say that they did that. So that would be satisfaction to me. They would have to lose those. And then the NCAA also should give ours back for the Sugar Bowl.
I like that as well. I think that would be very fair. I would like that. Here is what they are doing. Michigan today announced that, well, they haven't announced anything. Let me back up. Sources report to ESPN and others, Pete Thamel, Dan Wetzel contributing on this report, that Chiron Moore, head coach of Michigan, is going to get a 2-game ban from the alma mater. They have not announced it yet. This is just the report. Apparently, though, because I hear 2-game ban and I say, okay, well, who are the first 2 games? Looks like they play New Mexico and they play at Oklahoma. All right, so they're going to take the 2-game ban there. Wrong. They're not. What they're going to do is let him coach the first 2 games, according to this report, and then he will take the games in week 3 and 4 against Central Michigan and Nebraska.
T-Bar, what are we doing?
Well, Tyvis. Now, one piece of information people should know. Chiron Moore played or went to school at Oklahoma. So he wants to coach against his alma mater.
See, that's the problem, right?
So we're doing that.
When you know what? Parenting is just not the same. It's just we don't hold people to the same standards. You get to choose when you get your punishment.
Take your punishment. You remember as a kid where you got grounded and we're told, hey, well, Saturday we're supposed to go over to Johnny's birthday party. It's like, well,
yeah, we're going to start.
Can I do my grounding on Sunday then? No. Yeah. It starts Saturday. Sorry.
Don't you think that the punishment will hurt more if he can't coach against his alma mater? Like that would hit home, right?
Well, this is the self-imposed punishment. According to this report from Michigan, this is what they're doing to get ahead of it and say, NCAA, look, we already punished him. What more do you want?
I pray the NCAA say, you know what, we're gonna see your 2-game suspension, but we want the first 2 games. Wow. And on top of that, we vacating wins and taking scholarships.
Now I like the sound of that. That is good. Now, here is something else to just throw into the mix of the Michigan puzzle. Because this announcement came out today. Yesterday it came out that Dr. Santa, that is their president, Santa Ono, is the president there at Michigan. Correction, was the president at Michigan because he's taken the Florida job and he's leaving. He is the sole candidate to be the new president of Florida. They have to wait for their board of regents to approve it. So he put out a letter saying if they approve it, and then I'm sure they will, I'm going to be leaving you and going to Florida to become their president. So yesterday, everybody's like, what does he know?
So
is he getting out of the way? And the Michigan fans are like, come on, that's not what this is. You're all idiots.
So he hit them with the Magic Johnson. I ain't gonna be. he heard what was happening, and
That's
he's like,
exactly
"Yeah, it's
right.
time to get on up out of here."
Oh, he knows. He knows what's happening. He knows. Michigan fans, you have to acknowledge your university is taking a 2-game self-imposed punishment. They're putting that on themselves. When Harbaugh got popped for the Burger King thing where he was at the restaurant, he ran into the recruit, that whole thing, he took 3 games.
And you know what the sick thing is? That one I was actually on his side. I was like, I wouldn't, you feeding the kid. Like you shouldn't have to. Now he lied about it, that's what made that bad. But it's like
the problem.
But he also would sit there and say, you know what? I did everything the right way. I never lied. I never cheated.
Yes, and he lied.
But he lied.
He lied about not lying, which is also lying. I don't know if that's the early bird getting the worm or if worms had machine guns or whatever kind of random crap comes out of his mouth. But that's, Jim Harbaugh, cheater. Now, Chiron Moore, his role in this, not fully known, but obviously it seems like he would have known everything that was going on there.
He shouldn't have deleted them texts.
Understand. See?
52 messages. He got them, get them out on my phone.
Right.
And
so
pulled the transcripts.
It goes all the way to the top because the president's like, I got to get out of here. I don't want to be around when the whole bombshell drops. I don't want to know what's going to go on. I hope it means something bad is coming for Michigan when it comes to the NCAA. I hope that's what it means. And I also hope they hire back a president they used to have. I believe her name was Mary Sue Coleman. She was the president who gave us this wonderful line at a Michigan game.
The great coaches that we have at Michigan.
Sounded drunk. She claimed it was because the audio from the speakers was causing her to not understand herself.
What years was she the president?
Oh, this was, I don't know. This is pre-Santa. So I don't know how far back it goes.
So that was terrible time. So she needed a drink.
The great coaches that we have at Michigan.
Not drunk. Not Michigan drunk. Not Wisconsin drunk now. She's not even.
She ain't drunk. She wasted.
Here's another one from
The great athletic directors that we have at Michigan.
You got to take the car keys from Grandma. Can't let her. No, sorry, Grandma. We gotta sit right here.
Uber is her
chill
friend
out.
that night.
Yeah. So just be aware. Michigan did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
But they're acting very much like a school that did something wrong. And so I think
I just wanted to be. I just can't wait to see that on my phone. That ESPN update on my phone.
Oh, I'm waiting for it too.
And I'm gonna, if it's not good enough, I am gonna be upset. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I agree. We'll find out in 3 years after they do their tribunal and they have all the, Jeff Probst or whatever his name is will come for Survivor and they'll vote someone off the island. Then eventually we'll get the punishment. I hope. We have some priceless audio coming up for you next. 2 minutes away. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should watch for some debris that's in the roadway on southbound 71 on the south side after Stringtown Road. And watch for an accident that's on the left shoulder of northbound 270 on the west outer belt at Tuttle Crossing Boulevard. This report is sponsored by Ohio Laborers and Ohio Lesset. The Ohio Laborers Union. They're more than just hard hats and tools. They're the backbone of Ohio's infrastructure, constructing vital projects that shape your communities, from iconic bridges spanning rivers to underground tunnels. They build connections that stand the test of time. Build Ohio right, build it Union. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Sick of the long security lines and flight delays? Travel on your terms. Go RVing and get ready to save at RCD RV's Open House. From May 3rd through the 10th, take advantage of huge deals on new and pre-owned RVs. Our Delaware, Heath, and Pataska locations will feature exclusive sale pricing on all new and pre-owned travel trailers, fifth wheels, motorhomes with special financing rates available, plus discounts on camping accessories. Come by today. We'll have you road ready by Memorial Day. Find unbeatable savings, unforgettable fun, and everything you need to hit the road at rcdrv.com.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Wendy's has this new Cajun Crunch chicken sandwich. And to be honest, I'm kind of crushing hard on this Sammy. It's packed with bold Cajun flavors and topped with crispy onions for a satisfying crunch. All on Wendy's iconic spicy chicken sandwich. It's honestly kind of my dream sandwich. I hope it likes me back. For a sandwich you'll love, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location.
Boating season is finally here, and Buckeye Lake Marina is your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. With the largest inventory in Central Ohio, we've got a boat for everyone. So come on down and find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake Marina. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
The Roofing Guys are your locally owned, trusted family business right here in Central Ohio. They've been hammering quality and service through the roof for over 25 years, offering professional services in roofing, siding, gutters, and more. Contact them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
No college education, and it shows. You're listening to Common Man and T-Bone.
T-Bone and Tyvis. Afternoon show here, brought to you by the Hinderer Motor Company, right here on the Fan. Don't forget, T-Bone and Tyvis, the morning version of this, what you're hearing today, will start next Monday, May 12th, 6 to 9 a.m., 6 in the A, as we like to say. This is Tyvis and I's last Monday of getting up at a normal time. Normal to us.
Yeah. Did you cherish it?
3 a.m. is going to be the new normal, buddy. We're going to be getting up super early.
Yeah. You know what, though? It's only going to take me, I'd say it'd take me about a week to adjust. After that first week, I think I'll be fine.
I started this week, or today, I put my alarm at 4:45. And I'm going to every day go back like 15 minutes and work my way back to like be up before 4.
See, you know what?
Just for this first week. And then once we get used to it, on the weekends, I'll sleep in. But
you're one of those guys that studied for tests. I like that. I was one of those guys that just showed up and just took the test.
How'd you do on the test when you just did that?
Flying colors. In high school, flying colors.
Even before you got good at football?
College.
Is that right?
Not going to happen. I tried it in college, bombed.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, you can't do I was big on you know what, I'm going to look at this paper right before the test. I'm going to just look at it and just read it, reread it.
That's not a college.
And then put it away, give me the test, and I'm ready. College, never.
I did statistics 1 year at Ohio State. The 1 year I was there, I went and did a statistics class.
I did a stats class.
That was where reality hit. And it was like, this is not my kind of guy right there. That class is not for me. I was not good at it.
Yeah, I
didn't like it.
I was going to be an accountant.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, I'm going to college to be an accountant.
That's a good idea.
I ran into business calculus.
Oh.
And I said, you know what? Sports is my life.
Yeah,
I bombed that class. I ain't never failed a class in my life. I failed that class. Big F. Thank goodness for freshman forgiveness, because that was terrible.
Yeah, that's when I also, in my freshman year, the radio station where I was like interning and helping out and weekends, they said, hey, we have a full-time role for you, but you're going to have to decide if you can do that in school. I was like, I'm not here to play school. I'm here to get a job. And I got my job, and I never looked back. Yeah. So I left. I left after 1 year. I was Carmelo Anthony, one and done.
Well,
got me in and got me out.
I almost got kicked out after 1 year.
I bet if that's what happened. I don't think you can bomb too many of those and play on the football team, right?
I never told you about how I almost was academically ineligible at Ohio State.
Did it have anything to do with that F you took in the calculus class?
So this what happened. All right, let me tell the world, because I need people to understand where I'm coming from. In high school, like I said, I was good. I was like 3.0 all the time, like easy. So when I got to college early. My first semester was great. Yeah. There was no such thing as procrastination. It was like if my teacher said, hey, you owe me a paper, it's due in 2 weeks, I'm going home that day and do the paper.
Great.
So like get it out the way so I ain't sweating it. Great.
That's perfect.
Well, football season came around, and now you're trying to balance the season and school. And I didn't realize how difficult it is. Because you got your coach on you trying to make you play. You got to know these playbooks. It's switching every week. And then on top of that, you got to be ready for class. So it was a lot. And I took business calculus during the season, which is the worst thing to do. So I ended up failing that class. And then I had econ, and I was on the verge of failing that class. If I'd have failed that class, I would have been academically ineligible. So I'm sitting there. I take the final I already bombed calculus.
Business calc was done.
It's done.
Yeah.
I go take my econ final, And I'm not 100% confident in it. Like, I'm like, all right, it was cool, but I can't mess this up. Like, if I mess this up, it's done.
Right.
So I'm sitting at home. I go back to my dorm, and I'm talking to Cardell. And I say, Cardell, I think I'm about to be academically ineligible. And he goes, you know what's crazy? I think I'm about to be So it was nice to have somebody to go through it with.
Like, you feel like
who was in the same boat on this?
That is the worst feeling when you have a friend and you're like, do you understand what I'm going through? And they're like, no, I've never had that. Bomb a class, you say? No, I've never done that. This comes easy to me.
Right. So make a long story short, I end up getting a C in econ and passing. So
there we go.
I was eligible for the season. But yeah, it was a scary moment. From that moment on, I never was in that boat again.
Yeah. That's good. That's a redemptive story, Tyvis. I'm happy for you. That's good. I never gone back to college. So I just was like, thanks, see you later. Radio for me. And then I made fart jokes for 20 years. So here we are.
So you bombed stats and never went to try to go make it right?
I don't think I passed.
Well, you know, C's get degrees.
I know that. I know you know what, who cares? I'll call and get my transcript later. What I know is I dropped one class and then got like a D, barely passed the other one.
That's dang good. That D stand for dang good.
I think the stats class was the one where I went all the way to the final and still like barely hung in there and got through it. But then I knew I was out. All right. This is some priceless audio for you from Friday night. Twins and Red Sox had a game in Fenway. Bill Miller's the umpire at home. And he had to make a call where Jaron Duran is running from first base. Rafael Devers hits a ball deep into the right center field gap. He gets all the way around the bases, slides it home, beats the tag. Runner safe.
Okay.
Red Sox fans loving this.
Great.
Twins challenge the play. So you'll hear a little bit of the play-by-play, and you'll hear the challenge to this. But initially it was ruled that the Red Sox runner was safe. And then you'll hear Bill Miller give us the ruling, and then you hear him not very happy with himself.
Duran hitting second, hitting third. Here he comes, trying to score. Here's the throw. He dives. He's safe.
See that tag right there was the.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out. Minnesota retains.
It's only 6-1 as the call is overturned at the end of 8. Red Sox ahead 6-1.
I saw that too. God damn it.
One, why does he sound like Ryan Baker?
He does sound like Ryan.
And two, I'm surprised this doesn't happen more. I know it's newer in Major League Baseball, but I mean, you have this fairly often in Major League Baseball. You have it a dozen times every NFL and college game in football, right? Like, how are we not getting at least 3 or 4 F-bombs a week from... I know that, it's a simple mechanism to operate, but I thought I hit the garage door opener and it doesn't open. I hit it again and then it did open and now I've stopped it. Well, it's like, how many times have they done that? We're like, is it off? Is it on? And then
it's a little different when you wired, when you got a wire on is what we called it. When you mic'd up, first of all, you got to tell everybody you mic'd up. That's first off. Secondly, I don't know. You're a little more careful. You for some odd reason, you can't forget that the mic is there.
Well, I have one in front of my face for 3 hours a day. I do know what you're talking about, but it's when you're wearing it and and then you just you're going about your day.
You ain't gonna forget. Trust me.
So you were wired up for an NFL game?
Not an NFL. For college, I was.
Oh, you were?
Well, for practice. We was wired up for practice. They did.
Oh, okay.
I think the Big Ten did like a thing where they wired me up for practice or something. And
they knew ahead of time. They were like, he's going to be here very soon. Sooner than you might even think. He's going to be here. We should already just screen test him right now.
Hey, it was some good content.
I love how I'm like ripping you for not having a longer NFL. You had an NFL career. You had plenty of NFL career.
4 years for an undrafted person.
That's great.
That's beating the odds.
That's great. And here I am talking crap about it. No, but that's, you know what? I just don't know how these guys aren't doing it constantly because they know there's an off switch. Like yours didn't have an off switch, did
No,
it?
it did not.
Yeah, so you were just on the whole time.
Yeah.
That's different than a referee who's like, what was that? And then now he's on the mic and then he turns it off and he's pissed off at a coach. Like someone's been screaming at him for like an hour about how you've got to be watching. Look what he's doing. Look what's happening. And then you turn your microphone on, you call the play, or you call the foul, you call the penalty, and then you're still mad at the other coach, and somehow you don't just let it fly. I would be doing that all the time. I'd be getting fined left and right.
Yeah,
but anyway,
that's why you wouldn't, because you get fined that one time and see how much it is and be like, yeah, no, I won't make that mistake no more.
Yeah. Well, umpire Bill Miller's the one who had that happen. And I hope it happens more often. By the way, I don't know if you caught any of the hockey that was going on Saturday. Like there were some good games over the weekend. There were 2 Game 7s that happened this weekend where you had, I'm trying to remember who had the one last night. That was the Jets coming back. Winnipeg was down to the Blues. This is a Game 7, first-round playoff, but all these teams, Winnipeg's like one of the best teams in the league all year long. They are down a goal. They're actually down 2 goals in the final 2 minutes. They scored 2 to come back and tie St. Louis in Game 7 at home in front of their crowd. But the last goal, the tying goal, went in with 1.6 seconds left. If you're on that,
tell me they won.
They came. Yes, they then 2 overtimes. So they played another 20 minutes of hockey, nothing. And then finally in the second overtime, they got the game-winning goal. They won 4-3.
That's just fate right there. If that's happening, then it's just their day.
Here you go. This is a little audio from that too. We have
8 seconds remaining. Off the stick of Vucevic. Ehlers fanned on it. Down to 3. Ehlers cross ice. Score! Perfetti with under 2 seconds remaining. Ties it. Hard pass down low. Connor back up the boards for Pionk. Pionk shoots. Score! The Jets win it on the deflection. The Winnipeg Jets will move on to face the Dallas Stars.
Can't imagine what that feels like.
He blew the roof off the place.
Game-winning goal. Well, game-tying goal with a second left, and your season's over. I'm sure at that point they're not even looking at the clock. They don't even know. They're just like, we have to keep playing until the whistle sound or the horn goes, and then the horn does go because you scored.
If I hit a shot like that at the buzzer, you can't tell me nothing.
Oh, by the way, that's opening round. So then we just, all right, now you've got to settle yourself and go play a whole bunch more playoff hockey. Yeah. They hope. All right, I'll take a break. We come back. Your fast food order might just tell us how old you are. Tell you why coming up next. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 10-minute delay due to an accident that's blocking the right lane on northbound 71 on the north side at 11th Avenue. It is stop and go from 670. We also have slower traffic on westbound 670 between 71 and 3rd Street. This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Discover uncompromising quality at a reliable price with Giant Eagle and Market District. Find everyday savings and bargains on produce, meat, and more. Look for signs throughout the store highlighting long-term lower prices. With our weekly sales, deals for days promotions, and My Perks loyalty program, Giant Eagle helps make the most out of every shopping trip. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle and experience value like never before. Visit Giant Eagle and Market District today to see how easy it is to save.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
If your garage door is so ugly that Google Street View blurred it out, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, transforming the look of people's homes with beautiful Clopay doors. Straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus. I'm Wilson from that other window place. One of my favorite things, Wilson, is the look on people's faces when they see the end price for Pella windows.
Yeah, I'm always hearing, does it look like I'm wearing my money britches?
More like, I can't believe we get the Pella look and quality at these prices.
Oh, you went the other way with that. You're hearing good things. Oh, this is awkward.
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
The Bobcat National Sales Event is happening now at Bobcat Enterprises. Get up to $10,000 in rebates or choose financing as low as 0% for 60 months on the industry's most comfortable compact loaders. See Bobcat Enterprises in Hilliard, Reynoldsburg, or Zanesville today for incredible savings during the National Sales Event, and find the current specials and full line of products at bobcatent.com. Some restrictions apply. Length of contract and rate may vary. Offer ends June 30th, 2025. Bobcat Enterprises, celebrating 50 years of serving you.
Everyone has that one goal, that thing they want to prove, not to other people, but to themselves. Then, right when you think you could actually do it, cancer. And that goal is still within reach. Oh no, I'm about to run my first ever marathon with my two best friends. 3 years after having cancer.
At least we look good in these shorts.
Woo! Let's get it, guys. You, keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keep making plans to learn more.
Hello, radio listeners. The Fan is debuting a new lineup on May 12th. T-Bone and Tyvis hitting leadoff at 6. Bishop and Friends stays at 9. That's not new. Rothman and Ice at noon. You already knew that. Common Man and Timmy at 3. That's slightly different. Even more inappropriate, if that's possible. And Beamer is the new host of The Buckeye Show. You're welcome. Or we're sorry. Pick one. Get all the details at 971thefan.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Window Nation. May is officially here, and so are the rising temperatures. Before you know it, you're going to be wondering what else you can do to keep cool during the dog days of summer. Beat the heat and keep the AC in your home with Window Nation's energy-efficient vinyl windows. During their semi-annual sale, you'll get 60% off and a free entry door when you purchase a house full of windows. Plus, no money down, no interest, and no monthly payments until 2027. That's a whole lot of savings and a super smart investment, especially when prices are rising. So how exactly does Window Nation keep the prices affordable? Well, they work directly with top window manufacturers in the country, which means all their windows are assembled right here in the USA. Plus, their windows come with a lifetime warranty, so you'll keep saving long into the future. Window Nation's semi-annual sale ends soon, so don't miss your chance to get 60% off, plus a free entry door when you purchase a house full of windows. And you pay nothing until 2027. Schedule your estimate right now at 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com. That's windownation.com.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Your undisputed leader in talking about nothing. This is Man and Bone.
T-Bone and Tyvis coming to a radio near you. Well, we're here now, but also soon in the mornings. 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., Monday through Friday, starting next Monday, May 12th. Also starting next Monday, May 12th, Morning Juice with Bobby Carpenter and Tito. That is on from 6 to 8 a.m. on the Fan's YouTube channel, the Fan 3 on HD Radio, and the Fan app. You can download the Fan app today. Also at 10 a.m. to noon, it'll be rebroadcast on 10 TV Plus. Streaming app you can get available on your Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. Go download it now for free so you have it when Morning Juice starts there. Also, Common Man and Timmy will be in this spot 3 to 6, Monday through Friday. And the Buckeye Show with Brandon Beam will be on after them. It's all starting next Monday. We're all just waiting around for a week for all these changes to happen.
Everybody's life, well, I guess our lives is the only ones that really changed drastically.
Well, Timmy Hall's going to,
he bumping up a couple of hours. That ain't changing.
Brandon's going from mornings to evenings. That's a big change.
All right, we're us three.
Tito's jumping in from irrelevancy to relevancy. So, those are all major changes for everybody. Those are all very big. So, I saw this story earlier today, and it's one of these articles that annoy me to no end. It's the idea that Gen Z ruins everything. Mm-hmm. Have you read these articles? Have you seen these articles?
No, but it does. Sometimes it does make me proud to be a millennial.
Well, see, that's where I am. I am an elder millennial. I'm the eldest.
You're considered a millennial?
Yeah. I think it's 81 or 82 is the cutoff for millennial.
96, I think.
Yeah, and I'm 82. Hey. So Mike is not a millennial. So that's why I always said he's from a different generation.
He's a baby boomer?
No, he's a probably an Xer. Probably Gen X. That's him. And then I'm an elder millennial. You're a millennial. Bodie, you're a millennial, right? You're in the millennial camp.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. August of 96.
Yeah, millennials got blamed for ruining lots of things. And then now we've moved on to Gen Z. And the article I saw was basically talking about why chicken has taken over. Because I know you guys were talking about this in the office the other day about chicken nuggets.
Yes.
And like which ones are superior. And you said that you liked Wendy's.
Correct. That's the correct answer.
You know what? And I said on the air, unbeknownst to me, that you said that. I said Wendy's, and you said that was good. And then Wendy's, they're apparently now with the spicy nuggets, they're doing better a little bit than McDonald's in some ways. That's why McDonald's is going with the chicken strips. They're bringing those back.
Yeah.
And then you've got other places trying to do this. So there's an article about why chicken is becoming like the battleground for fast food. They said all these places, Taco Bell has chicken nuggets now.
Yeah, that still gets to me.
Have you had them?
No.
They're good.
It's just,
they're big hunks of chicken. They're actually not even a nugget. They're more like a chunk of chicken.
T-Bone, it's hard to trust places that don't specialize in chicken.
Do you know why they're
nuggets.
Do you know why they're doing this? Because they said that, and this is the Gen Z part, they said Gen Z prefers chicken to burgers. More than any other generation of fast food eaters, they said that red meat is more frowned upon by Gen Z people. And even though you're deep frying it, battering it, turning it into chicken nuggets, that is viewed as being slightly better for you than eating just like a burger, which is hilarious. I mean, but I get it. Like some people just look at chicken as being like, well, that's slightly better, so I might as well eat that.
I say the less legs the animal has, the more healthier it's supposed to be.
So a snake is health food, the best food we can get.
I mean, well, it was fish, but yes.
Okay, fish. See, I didn't even think of a fish. Why did I not think of that? That's where you should go. So
he thought of us.
I don't know why. I was thinking land-based animals.
Have you ever had a snake?
No.
Neither.
I would try it, though.
I would not.
Why not?
Yeah. You know, it's just...
Have you tried alligator?
Yes. Those are good. Well, it tastes like chicken.
How far away can a snake be from an alligator? Not that far.
Yeah. I'm not willing to risk it.
Okay.
I went to Papados in Houston.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they had alligator?
Yes. It was one of those moments that I was playing for San Fran. We were doing our training camp with Houston.
Okay.
And after one of the practices, all the defense went out to Papados, and they was paying for it. So, of course, you know, I got on that boat, and they had gator bites. It was like, I'm like, what is this? And it's like, that's gator. I said, oh, well, I'm not eating that. They was like, try it. And then I thought to myself, I ain't paying for it. If I don't like it, I could just spit it out.
Yeah.
And no, it was actually pretty good.
See, that's what, and it was like a nugget, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
See,
I don't know about the snake, though.
I think you could put any meat in a nugget, and I'd probably just be like, whatever. What, is it deep fried? Do I have dipping sauce?
Yes.
Sure. Then there we go. And that's what they said apparently people love about chicken nuggets is the dipping sauces and all that. So they are saying that is the reason that Gen Z now has brought that's why everybody's got chicken. That's why Taco Bell has chicken. That's why all these places have chicken is because they're trying to get Gen Z people to go back to the restaurant and get their chicken. That's all it is.
And chicken nuggets specifically.
Well, that's the easiest form to, if you were like, yeah, we're going to make, I don't know, chicken cordon bleu. I mean, that you could do that, but that's not what's easy to deliver in a fast food environment. They do all have deep fryers, so they just do that.
You know, now that you say this, I wonder if Nicole Sharon is a Gen Z because she prefers chicken nuggets over a lot of things. She likes, like, drives and eating, which is ludicrous to me that she eats nuggets in the car while driving.
Oh, you don't do that?
What?
Yeah.
You can't do that.
I absolutely do that.
No, you see.
That's why I have to go places.
See, that right there, everybody talks about me eating Chipotle and driving. That right there is insane.
You eat Chipotle and drive.
But it's a burrito.
But it gets everywhere.
You sound like them. What type of burrito do y'all be eating that y'all with stuff go everywhere?
Do you get sauce in it?
No, yes.
Okay.
I don't drop a bite or like not a drop of food hit the ground. That's why amazing. I don't understand.
I have to hold it over a plate and then I get the chips just so I can scoop up all the remnants.
So you're just a sloppy eater.
Yeah, I guess I am.
But you can sit there and dip a nugget and drive.
Yeah, because here's
and not get the sauce all over the place.
We're running too late, but I'll just say this. The only thing I like about McDonald's nuggets over Wendy's is the delivery mechanism, the little carton. You flip it open, you put the sauces in that, weigh the lid down, and now you've got a little holder, and you just dip at. So I got one hand on the wheel, it's sitting on my leg, and then I just grab a nugget, dip while driving, and then eat the nuggets. And then I go down the road, I close that up with the one hand, I throw it in the trash. It's very simple. I do it all the time.
Yeah, I'm good.
Built on nuggets, right here. That's me. It wouldn't be an Ohio State offseason if we weren't freaking out about something. We'll discuss the biggest concern with Ohio State next. It is T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got some slower traffic on southbound 270 on the East Outer Belt between Livingston Avenue and I-70. We also have slower traffic on eastbound 70 on the east side between Livingston Avenue and 33. This report is sponsored by Ohio Laborers and Ohio Lesset. The Ohio Laborers Union. They're more than just hard hats and tools. They're the backbone of Ohio's infrastructure, constructing vital projects that shape your communities. Their skilled laborers pave the way for smoother commutes, ensuring safe and efficient travel on Ohio roads and highways. Build Ohio right. Build it Union. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
We've discovered the perfect morning ritual, the 2 for $6 breakfast sandwich deal at Tim Hortons. Every sandwich is made to order with a freshly cracked egg and melty cheese, just the way breakfast should be. Choose between savory sausage or hickory smoked bacon, served on a toasted English muffin or flaky biscuit. There's no wrong way to mix and match this tasty deal. 2 breakfast sandwiches, just $6. Perfect. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, single item at regular menu price. Modifications and tax extra. Exclusions and additional terms apply.
We can come the day you call us.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Brian, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Okay, ask away.
Sometimes when we're talking, I hear a little sparkling sound.
Is it when one of us says, all you have to do is point?
There it is. Did you hear that?
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic? Like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Common Man here for Universal Windows Direct. It is a big sale at Universal Windows Direct. You're getting an incredible 50% off your windows. That's half off, and it gets even better. For a limited time, you get no interest and no payments for 12 months. That's a whole year. I got to tell you when something's half and when something's a year. You also get a free entry door with your window purchase. Schedule your free in-home estimate today. Give them a call, 614-502-5220, or visit universalwindowsdirect.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
When you're on the go, every minute counts. Meyer Home Delivery and Pickup helps you make the most of every second. Get all your weekly shopping done online, quickly and easily, from wherever you are, whenever you want. Have your Meyer order delivered to your home by the service awarded #1 in grocery delivery. Or pick it up yourself while out and about, whatever works for your schedule. The good life is in reach with Meyer Home Delivery and Pickup. See Meyer.com for details.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. This month of May is a fantastic time to win at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Win a pair of tickets to the Memorial Tournament by visiting at Hollywood Columbus on social media and follow the steps for a chance to win. You've got a chance every Tuesday for second chance drawings. You can cash it on your losing wagers. 5 winners every Tuesday get $100 pen cash. Plus, all you can eat ribs Tuesdays and Thursdays in May, only at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Attention kingdom-seeking business professionals, entrepreneurs, and investors in Columbus. Are you ready to experience a life-changing event that will elevate your faith, finances, and future in 2025? Then you won't want to miss this. Join us for Life Search, featuring Champions of Faith, Saturday, May 10th at the Schottenstein Center for an extraordinary one-day event that will empower you to transform every area of your life through the power of faith. Prepare to be inspired by an incredible lineup of champions, including college football champions Jeremiah Smith and Caleb Downs, 3-time national champion head coach Urban Meyer, sportscaster Kirk Herbstreit, 2-time national football champion Tim Tebow, and more. These champions have experienced firsthand how faith transforms lives, and they'll be joining Life Search to share their powerful stories and insights on how to integrate faith into your business, finances, and every aspect of your journey. Seats are selling fast to this unforgettable event, so don't wait. Head to lifesearch.com now to secure your tickets before they're gone. Life Search featuring Champions of Faith, Saturday, May 10th at the Schottenstein Center. Don't miss out. Your transformation begins here. Visit lifesearch.com today.
Did you ask about Pick 3 from the Ohio Lottery? Okay, Pick 3 is a daily draw game where you pick 3 individual numbers between 0 and 9 that can be played straight. where numbers must be drawn in an exact order or boxed where they can be drawn in any order. You can win hundreds, and wagers start at only 50 cents. Want to learn more? Okay, go to OhioLottery.com or the Ohio Lottery app. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Hi, I'm Janice. I'm a coach at Awaken 180 Weight Loss. One of my most successful clients, not only in weight loss but in attitude, came to us with stern doctor's orders that if he didn't do something, he would be dead within 5 years. He did not initially even want to have the conversation, but he signed up for the program. By the second week on the program, he was thanking me, thanking the program. He could not believe how much better he felt. Within 8 weeks, he was down 55 pounds. He was a true transformation of body, but definitely of mind. And of course, he feels amazing.
Hey, it's Austin Ward with a reminder that losing weight with Awaken 180 isn't about the number on the scale. It's about how that number spearheads endless successes. Bring your goals to Awaken 180, then celebrate when you check off each and every one of them. Call 844-346-1800 or go online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. Couple of games in the NBA playoffs tonight. New York at Boston, Denver at Oklahoma City. On the ice in the NHL playoffs, the start of the second round. Game 1 with Florida at Toronto. Baseball, Cincinnati Reds try and break a 2-game slide as they begin a series in Atlanta. You can hear that game tonight on ESPN Columbus. Meanwhile, the Cleveland Guardians will go for a third straight win as they begin a series in Washington, D.C. against the Nationals. Michigan football coach Chiron Moore expected to get a self-imposed 2-game suspension tied to the alleged sign-stealing scandal. Moore could also face additional punishment once the NCAA finishes their probe. This update brought to you by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, Dr. Mark Levy's office can help at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Back when I was banging, this show slapped. Whatever the hell that means. You're listening to Common Man and T-Bone.
T-Bone and Tyvis. We're on now, but next Monday, 6 to 9 a.m. We're going to be early. We're going to be up. Bodie Wells is here producing the show. Just like next Monday, he'll be our producer on the new T-Bone and Tyvis. Bodie, what's your plan? How are you getting up? Are you pulling all-nighters? What are you doing?
Yeah, I've actually just decided I'm just going to see if I wake up.
Oh.
So if I sleep past 6, I'm probably not going to be here Monday. But if my body wakes me by 5:30, I'll be here. So... yeah, no.
Leave it up to your whatever. I don't know your DNA, your midichlorians, whatever's in there.
Yeah. Now most of the time I don't wake up till about 8:30, 9 o'clock. So it's 50-50 whether or not 5:30 works.
Well, you have to. What you do is you watch the Celtics play that night.
Win. Yep.
And then. Wow.
They don't play. They win.
Whatever. Hopefully. And then you get in your car, you drive over, and you just sleep in the car.
Put a cot over there. Yeah.
Just sleep in the car.
Why would he say just sleep in here? Just sleep in here. There's
that
room
works too.
You could bring an inflatable mattress and put it in the front of the studio. There's plenty of room,
Bring you
Bodie.
a toothbrush and toothpaste.
Yeah. Fortunately, knock on wood, I've always been pretty good about getting up when my alarm goes off. Like I've never needed like a two alarm person.
Oh.
So
I know.
You got to set one just in case.
Continues, but
I'm setting 5.
Normally
like,
I'm
just
pretty good
to
about
make sure.
Shame.
Alarm goes off.
Monday will be the easiest day because I'm going to jump out of the bed.
You're right. That's what it is.
Now, you talk about after that. That
is the important thing, though. You just have to get up. Like
yeah, once you get up, then you're going.
You just got to get out of bed.
Once you put your feet on the ground, it's done.
Once you stay in the covers and hit the snooze, that's when that's dangerous. That's playing a dangerous game.
Can't do it. By the way, the chat, Tyvis, is really enjoying your comments about how it's easy to eat a burrito in the car.
It's a fact.
But it's difficult to eat chicken nuggets in the car.
A lot of people in the chat have small hands. That's what I'm coming. If you think it's hard to eat a burrito, then you just have small hands.
Maybe you're getting burritos that are entirely too small. Are you getting them filled with everything?
My order is brown rice, the new chicken, pico, corn, sour cream, cheese, lettuce, hot sauce.
Empty. I mean, you're leaving so much on the table. You got to get all the salsas. You got to get queso.
Wait a minute.
Come on.
You get the hot and the mild?
Yeah. Put it all in there. Let's go. What are we doing? I want it to be a cornucopia when it comes out. I want it to be everything.
I've never heard of that. You know what, though? So,
get it all in there.
This brings me to my point that what happens to be this weekend. So I'm talking all of this about eating this burrito in the car.
Uh-huh.
I had Chipotle cater for my daughter's birthday. So I had the duty of going to Chipotle and picking it up.
Okay.
And I'm driving home. It's two big boxes, and then they had something on the side. I can't remember what it was, but that's irrelevant. So I stacked the boxes in the trunk, and I'm driving down the street. And this is where I messed up, okay? I got to a light that had just turned yellow, and I should have went through it. But me trying to do the right thing, I'm trying to make better decisions in my life. I decided to stop at the light, slow down and stop at the light. When I did that, the box flew off and it opened up, okay, in my trunk. Like, so I got the seats down. I got a truck, so I got the seats down so I can see it.
Yeah.
And the box opened up. So I put the car in park, and I'm trying to flip the box.
This is what, in the middle of 315? Where did you do this?
This is on, what is that, South Old State Road.
You pulled over, I hope. You didn't just stop in the middle of the road.
We stopped I'm at the light. It's a red light.
Okay, but it can turn green at any moment.
Tyvis, were you the one driving that red van that stopped in the 10-middle of the highway and decided, shoot, I almost missed my exit?
Where was I? At 670? What should I do?
Y'all missing the most important part of the story.
So you stopped and got out.
No, I didn't get out the car.
You stopped.
I'm tall enough to reach all the way back there. So I'm trying to flip the box with one hand, and I end up tearing the box. But it was lids on everything. So I was like, whoo, thank you. So I said, you know what? All right, it'll be fine. So I get in, I put the car in drive. I go home. It's like 2 minutes later. I get out the car. I go grab the box. Queso everywhere in the trunk. I was so upset. Like, first of all, why did they not put the lid on tight? Like, come on now. Everything else was good. Big pile of queso in the truck. It was,
Now, is this on a carpeted surface?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, that's the worst.
Make a long story short, it was my wife's truck, so I got to get her truck detailed. That was the deal.
Wait, this is fine. We're just getting to know some little idiosyncrasies about each other. Are you one of these people who calls an SUV a truck? Because that's fine if you do. Yes. I just need to know. Because for a minute, I'm picturing like an F-250, and I'm like, well,
no.
Okay, so it's in the SUV.
Are you really gotta?
Yeah, that's me.
Bodie, you gotta do that too.
No, I don't have to.
When I say truck,
I just need to know. I just have to know what we're talking about.
When I say truck.
It's your SUV.
SUVs don't count as a truck to you?
When you say truck, I think of a pickup truck.
Oh, my
but that's fine. I'm on your wavelength now.
I'm learning now.
Yeah.
That's all. It's just learning.
Excuse me, the SUV.
It's like when people say washer, they're talking about a washer.
It's a Tahoe.
It's just
so there you go.
They add the R.
But yes.
See, I'm so bad because I do that with some things, and then you'll hear me during the NFL season be like, oh, what's his name? Coach of the Commanders. And it's just like, details like that escape me. But when someone will say like a truck and they mean an SUV or vice versa, that's where I'm like, whoa, hey, hold on. We all have to stop and acknowledge that I just need to know the difference. I don't know why I'm like that.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It isn't a thing. It's a me thing. I just didn't know.
But anyways, yes.
That's awful.
Me. Yeah.
Did you stack them on top? Was there room not to put them side to side?
And then I knew somebody would say that.
I was just going to ask.
This is the problem. It was like, I'm by myself, so I'm carrying them like to take them out of the store. I didn't want to make 2 trips, so I just said stack them. And when I put them in the trunk, I didn't even think about like unstacking it. Like I just left it.
Friction is your friend. Yeah. They've say that a lot of times, honestly.
Yeah, I messed up. So
that's right.
There you go.
Yeah, that's right, Joe Namath. Yeah, that's right. I think, you know what, you should get a 2-game suspension when you choose is what you need to get.
The great coaches that we have at Michigan.
Not against your alma mater. Can't do that. Chiron Moore gets to coach against Oklahoma, and then he'll take his punishment. That's the way it works.
Makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. Well, we got to talking and forgot to talk about the big problem that Ohio State has. Hint, hint, defensive line concerns. We will discuss those next. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 5-minute delay due to an accident that's on the right shoulder of northbound 71 on the north side at 11th Avenue. And there's a couple minutes slowdown on eastbound 270 on the north outer belt between 315 and 71. This report is sponsored by Ohio Laborers and Ohio Lesset. The Ohio Laborers Union. They're more than just hard hats and tools. They're the backbone of Ohio's infrastructure, constructing vital projects that shape your communities. Witness their members as they construct solar energy facilities, harnessing the power of the sun for Ohio's future. Build Ohio right, build it Union. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey, it's Anthony for my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin. And Rich and his team are ready to get you in a great new Honda this spring. Purchase or lease. He's going to make you feel awesome about your next vehicle and your experience. Grab a hold of this one, a 2025 Honda Accord Hybrid Sport. Lease it for only $347 a month for 36 months, 30,000 miles, and only $19.99 down. He's got rates as low as 2.9%. Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
Summer 2025 is bringing something wild to your Columbus Zoo. The all-new North America Trek opens this summer, a reimagined zoo region inspired by your national parks. Get ready to get up close with Mexican wolves, black bears, river otters, bald eagles, and more in breathtaking new habitats. Discover local wildlife and conservation in action like never before. Plan your visit today. Visit columbuszoo.org for details.
Going up. Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up.
Going up.
But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button.
Going down.
We've lowered prices. Get one line of 5G data for $40, period. That's 20% lower. And you get a free 5G phone when you bring your number. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
Do your good-looking shoes hurt and you don't want to wear ugly shoes? At the Good Feet store, we can help you wear your heels, boots, and dress shoes again in comfort. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet store.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom Tire buyer.
Exactly.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
When your boy Flavor Flav counts from 3, you're gonna go to Cane's and you're gonna order hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers. 3, 2, 1. Raising Cane's. One love.
Bobby Carpenter is packing up morning juice and headed to YouTube. Catch Bobby and Tito on the Fan's YouTube page weekday mornings from 6 to 8.
All the fun starts on May 12th.
More Bobby, less commercials. Attack and dominate the Fan.
This is the sound of a popular American motorcycle. It's the sound of freedom, the open road, really good times. And this is what it sounds like with a drunk guy on it. How do you like the sound of that? Cops are cracking down on drunk motorcycle riders. If you ride drunk, you will get caught and you will get arrested. Drunk riding. Over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Have you ever told a friend?
Oh, I'm fine.
When you really felt?
Just so overwhelmed.
Or sent a text?
Can't sleep. Are you awake?
When you couldn't find the words to say?
I'm scared to be alone with my thoughts right now.
Then this is your sign to reach out to the 988 Lifeline for 24/7 free confidential support. You don't have to hide how you feel. Text, call, or chat anytime.
Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed's Sponsored Jobs feature helps you stand out and hire fast. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Light winds, cloudy skies, and a cool and damp start to your Monday. Temperatures running in the low to mid-60s, scattered showers and a few storms. Overnight, we'll keep it cloudy and cool. Temperatures down to around 50 Tuesday morning, up around 60 in the afternoon, but again, the chance of more numerous showers, especially later in the day. With your 10 Weather Impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Best known for their contributions to the fast food breakfast world. This is Man and Bone.
T-Bone and Tyvis. Tyvis pal. I'm T-Bone. Bodie Wells is there. Tomorrow on the show, Timmy Hall's going to join me.
Timothy.
Tyvis has got to go do his other thing up in Cleveland. Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show is the other thing.
I don't know who's doing the Buckeye show with me.
Oh, but you're in.
Must be Tito.
It'll be Tito. Yep.
There you go. Nice. I think tonight it's Timmy and Austin Ward, if I'm not mistaken. So that'll be fun. This is, I'm sure, something they'll talk about on the Buckeye show. Defensive line for the Buckeyes.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much the edge rushers, but more the interior of that defensive line. A little bit of a concern. And before you say, well, you're just being a hating-ass hater. They just won the national championship. What are you complaining about? Well, Ryan Day said after spring practice that that's an area he is definitely going to check out in the transfer portal. They are going to do their due diligence. Well, the transfer portal time has opened and now closed. That's for players to jump into the transfer portal. I guess theoretically they could still make a decision on what they want to do after they are in that portal. But to date, we don't really see a lot of updates from Ohio State. I know they got the defensive end from
North
Carolina that I'm
Bo
blanking.
Atkinson.
There you go. But defensive line and the interior defensive line, a little bit of a concern.
Yeah, well, first of all, anytime you got to replace 4 starters on a defensive line, there's always going to be concern. And the thing is, if anybody watched that spring game and seen the level of those runs that the running backs was getting, straight gashing them, yeah, you'd be like, okay, this is not something we're used to. We haven't seen this in quite some time. But it's funny because he said he wants to address it in the portal. But just like the NFL, the hardest thing to find is a solid defensive tackle. Because typically that's one of those guys that if you got one, you hold on to it no matter what, because they are so hard to find a defensive tackle. So I don't know where they're going to. It's going to have to come from development. I do think Edric Houston and Caden McDonald will be fine. I think those two as the starters will be great, be very productive. They need more rotation. They need guys that once those guys get tired, because you're going to get tired after about 2 or 3 plays, who's coming in the game to continue to hold the fort down. Now, you're a Browns fan. I'm a Browns fan. You remember Joe Woods last year? What's that, 3 seasons ago?
Okay.
They did not have any defensive tackles, and they was getting just gashed. I still remember the Atlanta Falcon game. They ran the same play like 10 times and scored on it. From that moment on, I realized how important defensive tackles was. And every time I hear about we don't have a defensive tackle, that game plays in my mind.
Well,
so they better address it ASAP.
Yeah, and like you said, development can help. But there's only so far that can go between now and the start of a season, and even during the season. I don't know that you're going to necessarily be able to rely on that totally to fix your issue. The depth that they have, clearly, Ryan Day's looked at all these guys and said, not good enough as we are right now, got to get better. To date, they really haven't added anyone in the middle of that defensive line. So that, to me, when I watch the NFL, which I know is a different game than college to some degree, but when I watch the NFL and I look at the Super Bowls and I look at the teams that are in those Super Bowls, the great defenses, their defensive lines are so talented that they have some guys in the middle who can wreak some havoc. It's the reason why the Browns took their 5th pick to go get defensive line talent. But also, at times they've gotten creative. Like the Eagles have done this. I know the Chiefs have done it, where they've just said, we got a bunch of stud edge rushers. Let's just put 3 or 4 of them out there and let's see on a play, right? Not the whole game, not every time, but they'll run those guys out there in different formations. Can they do that in college? I mean, Ryan Day could obviously do that if he wanted to. I still think that issue also of defensive edge, like, it's not like that's the deepest position on the field for them either. So even if you wanted to do some of that to mix it up, that's still probably not a long-term solution.
I think that you could, I mean, obviously you could try to put those pass rushers in the interior, and I think they will do that. You can have some packages. But the reason that the defensive tackle spot is so important is because your linebacker, like a Sonny Styles, he's an undersized linebacker. And if a guard or center gets their hands on him, it's going to be hard for him to disengage that block.
Yeah.
So that's why you want those defensive tackles to be good, because they eat up double teams, and it allows those linebackers to free flow to the ball.
Yeah. These are the problems that I'm sure keep up Ryan Day and his coaching staff at night. These are the problems that I, as an Ohio State fan, go, well, they won a national championship last year. I'm going to trust they'll figure it out by the time Texas rolls around.
No, Ryan Day actually, I think what happened is, I think after they won the national championship, he was celebrating. And I think he had a plan of, okay, we just played a lot of football. Even the guys that didn't play, they had those extra practices. So we're going to take it very light going into the spring. And he got to the spring and seen it and said, we got to crank it up because of the inexperience that we have. And I think now they're trying to expedite the situation, because the first game of the season is Texas and you want to be ready for that game. So guys got to grow up really fast. And I think now he's like realizing like, oh yeah, we need more time. So
yeah, this is a little bit of a concern. Also of a concern, the YouTube chat right now is roasting you about your eating habits in your car. Topanga's top third says, Tyvis eats sushi with chopsticks while driving. I mean, if you know how to use chopsticks, that actually seems, of the things you do eat in the car, that seems like that would be fairly.
No.
What if you knew how to use chopsticks?
I mean, I do know how to use chopsticks, but like that's too much attention. Like anything that's going to require you to look off the road for more than 3 seconds.
No, you shouldn't be looking away.
You shouldn't be doing it.
No, you shouldn't be doing that.
So that's why the chopsticks, I can't do that. That's because if I was an expert, maybe.
Lucille, too, said, does he eat a bowl of cereal while driving? You eating a Chipotle burrito in the car.
I don't know why that's so absurd.
Because most people who eat it know that it's messy. Like, no. It has the potential to be messy.
Okay, that's what you needed. The people that can't eat a burrito, it's just a sloppy eater. That's just what it is. It's not me. They try to make it seem like I got the problem. Like I'm the weird one on this one.
Am I? I mean, maybe it's a problem of like when I'm holding my burrito.
You got small hands.
Thanks. They're big enough. I'll have you know. But I'll just say this. Maybe it's the fact that because maybe I have smaller hands than an NFL player like yourself.
Kenny Pickett.
Yeah. I can't throw in the cold. Browns are going to trust me to be the starter, apparently, according to some. Listen, if I grab my burrito, maybe I'm grabbing it too hard. Maybe I'm squishing it, and that's causing it to spill out of the top. Maybe I need to not grab my burrito so hard.
What are you be starving?
I'm saying, well, no, like maybe I'm just like, I don't want to lose it. And then by squeezing too hard, I'm squishing it out of the top.
I mean, that's a possibility.
I guess.
Maybe you should get.
I don't understand how it's not spilling out of the top for you when you take a bite.
This is what you should do. Get a little bit less in the burrito. How about that?
There we go. That's always your secret. By the way, are you eating with the foil on? Like, because then maybe that's.
I'm gonna show you a picture of it. I'm gonna show.
This is good. You're eating a burrito and taking a photo. How are you driving at this point?
The problem was I took a video. Look at this.
What this is too much.
I had to prove a point.
It's insane. You're insane. You
put the car in cruise control.
No,
and you eat your burrito.
You don't do that. No. And now I will eat Taco Bell in the car. That I can do.
Well, see, I can't do that because I like to take a bite and put like the sauce packets on each bite.
Okay.
So.
See, because like the Taco Bell's smaller, tiny hands, I can grab it and eat it. I'm fine. Like you apparently I don't know.
I just showed it. You just seen video proof. I didn't drop.
You showed like 3 seconds of.
That's
in 3
proof.
seconds, I could also. It's every time the whole way down.
I should have took a picture of the car after
that last third is where it really. Usually, I can hold it together for that last third. The last third, it's like the wrapping of the tortillas sometimes falls apart and it just all spills out. I've had that happen.
Well, then they not wrapping your burrito properly.
See, I got to go to a better Chipotle, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something I'm very happy about that usually this time of year I'm very worried about. I barely thought about it today. You know what tonight is? Something that a lot of Columbus sports fans usually are very concerned about. And I bet you haven't even thought of it. I barely thought of it.
It's Cinco de Mayo. That's all I know.
It is Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo to everybody. Hope you're having a great time. No, it is tonight is the NHL draft lottery.
Oh,
Jackets are 13th in the odds. And you know what? After the season they just had, I know they didn't make the playoffs, but I'm feeling pretty good about the Jackets. All things considered, I'm not worried about them attempting to get like a high draft pick. I feel like they've got a lot of talent.
See, the thing is, they're like the NBA where it's a lottery.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of that because just because you stink don't mean you're going to get the number one pick.
Right. You'd rather them just, if you're the worst, like the NFL.
Yeah.
Worst team gets the number one pick.
Yeah.
You don't, because they're always worried about that. Used to be the case, and they were worried about tanking. They didn't want people to tank, so they did the lottery.
I mean, they're going to tank regardless.
This is true. Agreed. We have seen it plenty of times.
So you're right. I have not thought about it, and I have for the past couple of years.
Why would we?
I wanted them to get the first pick, and I felt like they was robbed the Connor Bedard year.
Well,
but
was that? No,
I think we ended up with like the third pick that year.
That's 2 years ago. That was Connor Bedard, and that was where then that was the Fantilli draft.
Yes,
where then we all thought Adam Fantilli was going to go to
San Jose.
Yeah, San Jose, and then they whiffed.
Yeah,
thanks for that, guys. And a gift just dropped right in our lap. But that's why I'm saying, like, I feel better now about wherever they end up. If they end up 13th or whatever they end up with. What if
they end up with the number one pick?
Can they? I think they're. I mean, maybe they like. It's mathematically. Yeah, I think you're right. But it's. Yeah. Either way, the point of this is hopefully it won't matter. Hopefully next year the Jackets come back and they should be great, and you'll be eating burritos with reckless abandon as you drive to the game.
Yes.
I still don't know how you do it. I'm gonna have to try it myself.
Yeah, you do. Get less. Just get a little bit less in the burrito.
It's not happening.
Don't get everything.
It's not happening. Gilbert Arenas is apparently reffing youth basketball games. I'll explain next. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got slower traffic that's causing a couple-minute delay on westbound 70 on the west side between West Broad Street and Fisher Road. And there's a 5-minute delay on eastbound 33 between 270 and Bixby Road on the East Outer Belt. The report is sponsored by Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell, Divorce and Family Law. Call 866-323-7529. That's 866-323-7529. Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on. CordellCordell.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by RCD RV. RCD RV's open house is May 3rd through the 10th, and they have over 650 RVs in stock. Visit RCD in Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala.
Newman Roofing, as part of their 2025 Commitment to Community initiative, is proud to partner with 10 TV and The Fan to launch Raise the Roof, honoring local heroes who are going above and beyond in their communities. Newman Roofing wants to recognize the volunteers, educators, first responders, and everyday difference makers who are making a meaningful impact in their towns to be recognized on 10 TV and The Fan. Stay tuned as we begin announcing the selected honorees who truly embody the spirit of Newman Roofing's commitment to community.
Stanley spent his life in the saddle, wrangling whatever life threw at him. But nothing prepared him for the fight against low T and ED. Shane practically hunched him over. Bonbon pills just gave him a headache. He begged for a lifeline.
Well, maybe it's over.
Columbus Men's Clinic said no. Medical conditions, old age, there's hope. This is about real treatments. Science, not one-size-fits-all guesswork. Columbus Men's Clinic was designed for men who hate going to the doctor. Personalized plans, cutting-edge treatments, overseen by an actual medical provider that takes the time to listen. With low T and ED treatments others only dream about, we fight like hell to get you back in the saddle. Because every second you wait, your condition could worsen. Act now. Don't let time slip away. Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com. Your consultation is only $99, including blood work. And you'll know your T level before you leave. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Yes, we tried unplugging and then plugging them back in. It didn't help. This is Man and Bone.
T-Bone and Tyvis. Right now, we're on the afternoon, but next week, 6 to 9 a.m., right here on The Fan, you'll hear the new show. We're going to be doing that Monday through Friday. Whole new lineup here. All the details, 971thefan.com. But, of course, new Morning Juice with Bobby Carpenter and Tito. That happens 6 to 8 a.m. The Fan's YouTube channel, The Fan 3 HD Radio, and The Fan app. You can download that today. You can also watch it on 10 TV Plus from 10 a.m. to noon every day. So Bobby will be there. Tito will be there. You can check out Common Man and Timmy in the afternoons from 3 to 6. Brandon Beam will be on the Buckeye Show. It's all happening next Monday. 6 in the A is when it starts, as they say. Tyvis is still getting... The YouTube chat is undefeated, continuing to let you have it, which I appreciate. Because you eat your burrito in your car.
They just don't understand me, you know. It should be a challenge. That's what we should do. Everybody should do a challenge where they eat a burrito in the car. And they'll see, like, okay, it's really not that hard.
Well, you know what? Dustin said it right. Dustin said, practice eating your burrito at home. And that's right. I probably need to work on, I'll go get a burrito tonight. I'll sit at home, I'll eat it, see if I can do it all one hand, no mess. If I can do that 3 or 4 times in a row, maybe then I'll move to the car. I'll see what can happen. Also, we're going to be eating breakfast. We're going to have to get breakfast burritos on the way in. So that's going to be another thing.
Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah. That Crunch Wrap, breakfast Crunch Wrap.
I got to make sure I do some good workouts afterwards.
I know you do. Yeah. You're going to feel it. So this is in Union County, North Carolina. A referee was arrested after firing a concealed weapon inside a youth sports athletic facility. I don't know why they called that a gym. Apparently, this was at a basketball tournament. 49-year-old Ernest Davis was a referee who had a weapon in his gym bag. And apparently, while working as a referee at this event, fired the weapon. Now, I've read a couple articles.
He sound like the dude off of Above the Rim. Have you ever seen Above the Rim?
Yeah.
He like the dude off of that movie. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. They said kids were within a few feet of where this happened. No one was hurt. No one was struck.
He did it intentionally?
Well, that's the thing I'm trying. They say he's been charged with carrying a concealed weapon and discharging a firearm into occupied property. So that makes it sound like, to me, it could have, I mean, they don't say the word accidental, but it could have been where he was rummaging around in his gym bag and then
fired off.
You know, right. It might have gone off, but
nobody was hurt, right?
No one was hurt.
Nobody
which
was
is
struck.
The good news out of this. No one was struck, it says. It says there were a ton of people there. It's a youth basketball tournament. Somehow, so I don't know if he fired it into the ground. It doesn't sound like, it sounds like people actually thought this was like a metal folding chair hitting the ground when they first heard it. And there was only, it wasn't like then he continued to shoot or anything. There was, it sounds like he just either accidentally shot it or shot it once, and then that was enough.
He was fumbling around in there, and he hit that trigger, and then pow, it shot off.
I'm just going to throw this out there. If you're reffing kids games, now I'm not a ref, and I have seen at kids games how rowdy it can get with the referees getting yelled at by parents and coaches. But if you are feeling like to referee a game, you need to bring your gun with you, maybe reffing isn't for you. Because
or where are we at in society that you can't go to a youth game and not feel protected? A youth
You shouldn't feel like you need a gun. I mean, like, I don't know if it was just he forgot it was in there or if he brought it because he felt like he might need it. But you hear some of these stories where it's like, yeah, like parents came out of the States, started whooping on this like ref, and you're like, what happened? What are we doing? But you know what? I've even seen this.
Do it say where this was at?
This was in North Carolina. It says Union County, North Carolina. I don't know where that is.
Maybe that's a rough neighborhood.
Well, I guess maybe, but I have seen the most I've ever seen is, and this boggles my mind. I have seen like kids who I know are in junior high who are reffing like a 5-year-old's game. Because, you know, like those kids can make like $20 reffing a game.
Yep.
And they might stack up a few of those. And then all of a sudden you're in junior high. You do 4 or 5 games. You pull in like $80, $100. That's not bad. being like a little, like a junior high kid, that's pretty good money.
I mean, all the new Jordans.
Oh, yeah, of course. But I have seen parents who shouldn't like they can physically see the child reffing is a child, and they will yell at that kid like it is a grown man referee in the NBA or something. And that's where I...
Have you ever thought about being a referee?
No, because I'm not focused enough. I know I would be watching the game and be like, wow, huh. And I'd be looking around and all of a sudden everybody would be screaming at me and I go, oh, yeah, what? And blow the whistle. I would be bad like that.
I think I'd be the referee that the parents will wait outside for me.
Would you be a person who would like to maybe make a boisterous call and say...
No, actually,
would you be over the top with it?
It'd be the opposite. Like, I'd be sitting there, no blood, no foul.
Oh, you let him play.
Yeah.
NBA playoff referee.
No blood, no foul. That's how I look at it. That's how you get them better. Everybody, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of these NBA players going up, and every time they throw the hands up and looking at the referee like, it's boring to watch. Like, they're not gonna call it. Like, let it go.
Well, that, and now we have on every time the ball goes out of bounds or there is a block or a steal. Yes, everyone does the helicopter. Review it. And I don't think that's the system we need. Because also you get what? In the NBA, don't you get one challenge?
You get one challenge.
And then if you get it right,
you get to keep
your, yeah. But if you don't, and I remember in that Pistons-Knicks series from last week when they were still playing, J.B. Bickerstaff, former Cavs coach, 5 minutes into the game, he reviewed it and got it wrong. And then he lost his challenge for the rest of the game.
But I just feel like our basketball players have gotten soft because it's not like when you're a kid, everybody plays like street basketball. Like you play at the park with your friends. It's so much fouling that goes on in those games, and you never call it. You get used to playing through contact. And then you get to the NBA or college, and it's, where's the call? It's like, you grew up your entire life not getting these calls. Like you should. When I play, I would just go to the lane, and if they call it, great. If they don't, I wasn't expecting it. Like it'd be like, oh wow, they gave me the call.
I feel like the reason this happens in the NBA is because everyone now has gotten to the point where they say, well, let's just shoot threes because higher percentage chance that you make those. If you make those, that's threes more than two, and the math works out.
Yeah.
Well, if you every time
found that out yesterday,
right? If you don't make them, it's bad. But if you do this every time and you say, "Let's review it," I'm going to review it. Like at some point, you will get one right.
Yes.
But I think that's that like you got to shoot your shot mentality where it's like, well, you miss if you don't ask for the review, so you got to ask every time.
There's 2 basketball games that come on today, I believe. I think the Thunder plays who they play?
Oh, Denver. They do the Timberwolves. Yeah.
No, Denver.
Oh, Denver.
Oh, is Minnesota plays Golden State.
That's right.
That's tonight. Yep.
Yeah. Denver's
Knicks
tonight.
Celtics before that.
Okay, so you got 2 games. How many times? Let's set the over/under at. Let's go 8.5. How many helicopters do we see?
In 2 games?
In 2 games. 8.5. How many times you think they go? You got the
Bodie.
over or under?
I feel like we can set it at 15.
Triple it.
Yeah, 20.
Yeah. All right, y'all taking it a little too far. It's not that bad.
It's getting
They're
there.
not doing it that many times in a game.
Let's put it at 12. Over under.
12?
I'm taking the over. Bodie's taking the over.
I'm definitely taking
still hammering the over.
I'm taking the under. They're not. Both games, they're not going to keep doing that.
All right. Loser gets a 2-game suspension at the game of their choosing, right? Mary Sue Coleman? Yeah.
The great coaches that we have at Nashville.
Yeah. I also will say I would not make it as a referee because I heard somebody say this once and I think it's spot on. Do you know why they have sidewalks, Tyvis?
No, why?
Because the streets ain't for everybody. And that's where I am, I know my limits. I would get in there, and then the first sign of, like, parents getting mad at me, I would say, you know what, you're right. I quit, and I would just leave. I would just be like, I'm out. I don't need the aggravation.
You can't let the parents get to you. That's like That's like me being a coach. Like, if I coached, like, high school or something like that, and a parent came up to me and was mad, like, why ain't my kid playing? You know what I say? This is what I'll say. I'll say, listen, we have practice every day from 3 to 6, 3 to 5, 3 to 6. I encourage you to come out and sit in the stands and watch your son practice. And then after you do that, you tell me what you think. That's what I'd say.
I feel like some of those parents would say, yeah, looks great.
No.
It's like he missed every shot.
Oh, no, he wouldn't. They would have to really swallow that pill to be like, you know what? I see what you see. All right, thank you.
Yeah. I do feel like my greatest service I can do as a parent who has kids who play sports, I will stand up to a parent on our team or on our sideline if they are going after a ref. I will get up and very passively aggressively glare at them. Like,
oh, you do that?
Really? Oh, yeah.
When my daughter starts playing, it's vice versa. I'm going to be the one that don't say anything. I'll be quiet. My wife, she's going to get us kicked out.
I don't glare at the ref. I glare at the parents.
That's
who
why
are like
I'm
acting
talking
crazy.
both.
Oh, you?
Yeah. Like I ain't going to say nothing. Now, somebody say something to my wife, that's another story.
Well, sure. Yeah. All right. That's fair. So I found out today that a lot of people really like the Horsies. I mean, a lot of people. I will describe why when we come back. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at a 10-minute slowdown on eastbound 70 on the east side from Livingston Avenue to 270. And we've got a 5-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between East Broad Street and 5th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell, Divorce and Family Law. Call 866-323-7529. That's 866-323-7529. Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on. CordellCordell.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
It's time for the Great Haircut Sale at your local Great Clips salon. Your chance to get a great haircut at an even greater price, just $7.99. And money's not all you'll save at Great Clips. When you use online check-in, you can save time too. So download our app today and hurry in for the $7.99 Great Haircut Sale at Great Clips. It's gonna be great. For a limited time at participating salons.
The $7.99 Great Haircut Sale runs May 3rd through May 9th.
Visit our Columbus area salons.
The standing room only, with all eyes on the 18th green.
That's a good-looking ball.
The sudden roars. That Sunday celebration.
Jack always made the putt at 18. And today, Scotty Scheffler did.
Witness the Memorial Tournament presented by Workday. May 26th through June 1st. It's second to none. Visit memorialtickets.com today.
Wow, what a shot.
Common Man and Bob Capace here for Worthington Jewelers. Bob, you know what I love the most about you?
That I pay you to do these commercials?
That and the way you treat your customers.
All right, listen. I will hook you up in a warm, inviting environment. You will be greeted by our top sales professionals that are non-commissioned, but will help guide you through the entire process.
You're my guy, Bob. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington, worthingtonjewelers.com. Tell them Bob Capace sent you.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a room of rejected mascot memorabilia. Is it real? No one knows. But we do know NJM is proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance.
Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
If you've ever sprained a thumb because you can't get this dumb garage door to open, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we've fixed crappy garage doors, straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
May I have your attention for some important programming news? Sorry. T-Bone and Tyvis are hosting mornings, weekdays at 6, starting May 12th. That means Common Man and Timmy will share Bro Love at 3. The Fan.
Hey, it's Anthony. You know what the slogan is at the Good Feet store? Good feet, good life.
Friends have asked me, how are my personally fit arch supports different from the inserts and insoles they can buy online or in department stores? There are big differences. My Good Feet arch supports are designed to provide me firm yet flexible function. What does that do? They actually help correct poor foot biomechanics, which leads to providing me long-term pain relief. I was also the guy who thought, well, if I buy good shoes, my feet won't hurt. It wasn't a bad thought. A lot of people think shoes are always the problem, when in reality, it's often the foot that goes into the shoe that's the real source of discomfort. When I got my personally fit Good Feet arch supports, my feet felt stabilized. The pain and discomfort went away. For more than 30 years, the Good Feet store has helped thousands of people, just like me, discover the comfort they've been dreaming of. They're on Stringtown Road in Grove City or Polaris Parkway. Learn more at goodfeet.com.
The Fan Poll is brought to you by Caster Connection. Visit casterconnection.com to shop online or to work with our Caster Solution specialists.
No Desmond Howard death wishes since 2012. This is Man and Bone.
T-Bone and Tyvis with you. New morning show starting up on next Monday, 1 week from today, 6 to 9 a.m. You can follow us on Twitter at Bone and Tyvis 971. Saturday, Tyvis, was the Kentucky Derby. You, I found out on Friday, are a horse guy.
Yes.
You've watched horses. You've gone to the track. You know a little bit about horse racing.
Mm-hmm.
This was the most watched Kentucky Derby since 1989. Taylor Swift's favorite year. It's an album. You Taylor Swift fan?
I knew that.
Good.
My kids are huge Taylor Swift.
Same.
They're Swifties.
Oh, same here.
4 and 3, and they're Swifties.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
89 was the rating. They got 17.7 million viewers for the 151st Run for the Roses. That is coverage between NBC's broadcast and Peacock. They said that is the most they've had in, 35 years, roughly, something like that.
For some odd reason, I feel like it was like more advertised this year.
Do you?
I do. For a lot of these past years, I didn't even know it was going on.
Okay.
It'd be passing out it, but for some odd reason this year, I knew about it. And then it was on the day of obviously on my daughter's birthday, which Josh Perry was there.
Okay.
And Josh Perry said, turn on, because he's NBC, turn on the Kentucky Derby. So that also helped.
So that helps too when someone there is actually at your house reminding you to turn it on.
Yes.
17.7 million people. I feel like, we see these numbers a lot in this business. We talk about them if you remember when Dion took over at Colorado in that first year.
Oh, yeah.
The ratings were through the roof, right? The numbers were through the roof.
Drove it up 200% or something like that.
And you know what those numbers were? I know you work in TV, Tyvis. You know these numbers are good. But Dion's numbers when he was at Colorado, those games, we were shocked at how well they were doing. They're getting 10 million people.
Mm-hmm.
This is more along the lines of 1 versus 2, Ohio State, Michigan, playoffs, kind of college football playoffs. That's what this number is for horse racing.
Yeah.
Their broadcast, they are talking about I don't know if they're talking about the entirety of the afternoon, but they're probably talking about at least the half an hour before and after the Derby's actually run.
Yeah.
So for that number, that's a pretty significant number to get.
You know what I learned?
What did you
from
learn?
That number?
What's that?
There's a lot of gamblers out there.
Oh, there's that. But you know what? I didn't gamble at all on it this year.
Did you watch it?
I did. I flipped it on. But here's what I wonder if this had something to do with it. I feel like the fact it was pouring rain and everybody knew it was pouring rain made them want to check in and see, all right, it's muddy, it's gross, it's slippery. How's this going to go for these horses? It was some interesting visuals, I guess, because you have all the slop, right?
Yeah, it was a lot of stuck in the mud and all those things. But also the rain helped because now you have to stay inside and it's just searching the TV, what's on? Oh, Kentucky Derby.
Oh, yeah.
Let's watch that. 6:57, everybody was like, okay, let's lock in. A race about that.
That's right. But I also wonder this, because the race itself was rainy and muddy, and I think there is something that we like watching rich people get out in their fancy clothes and then just watch them get wet.
Would you ever want to go and put on some fancy clothes with a top hat?
No, I don't want to wear the goofy outfit. You don't
want to look like Harry and Lloyd on Dumb and Dumber.
That's a good reference. That's one of my all-time favorite movies. I'm glad you referenced it. Yeah, I don't mind. It's the dressing up part would be fine if I knew it was going to be perfect weather for the outfit I have to wear. Like for me, if I'm wearing a suit and pants and a hat, it has to be like no hotter than 72 degrees. Just because the sun's going to be coming down, that's going to warm you up a little bit. And then but sometimes you watch it and it's like, oh, it's 80 degrees out and these people look miserable. Or like yesterday or on Saturday where it's raining, that also seems miserable weather to be out in this.
I don't think they're miserable because there's a lot of it's a lot of adult beverages being consumed.
I'm aware of that.
And I think that they're fine.
Here's the question I have for you, because I know you have been someone, if I'm not, tell me I'm wrong. I know you're someone who typically has said when it comes to football games, things like that, especially football, don't play it in the rain, play it in a dome. Because you get
I'm a dome guy.
You get a better result because you find out. And I used to be there with you.
That's sad that you jump ship.
Well, don't you think the adversity of the weather, the slop, you don't think that shows you who the better team is? They can adjust to the environment in front of them. They can adjust to the conditions.
No, I don't.
Why not?
And I hate people that think that.
Good.
You know why? Because
Why?
I feel like, why do you need elements to win?
You don't need them.
Yes, you do.
But football exists in the weather.
No,
That's how it's been played in its entirety of its history.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
This is not a gladiator sport.
I didn't say it was a gladiator sport. I said, but
T-Bone, I want us to play in perfect conditions. So when I beat you, you know that I'm just a better person than you. That's it. I don't want there to be, it was raining, it was snowing, it was cold. I don't want to hear that. When I beat you, it's because I am just better. That is me, though.
And as a fan, I watch it and say, yes, but if the turf sticks in their helmet, that looks cool. If they get grass stains, I like that.
I like the grass stains.
I like the aesthetic.
I don't like the turf, though. That's bad for the knees.
You didn't like getting the chunks?
The knees. No. And then you got to know.
Bad for the knees.
Turf?
Real grass?
No, I said turf.
Oh, well, I'm talking about real grass. Chunks coming up in your helmet. That's what I want.
Well, I mean, first of all, ain't nobody dogging me like that my face is going into the ground. I'm going to just tell you that. Now, one thing about me is I kept my head on a swivel. It was only one time in my career, in my life, that I ever got put back, cracked back blocked. I was in Muni League. I was 9 years old. We had thrown an interception, and I was going to make the tackle, and one of my dudes just cleaned me. Boom, knocked me smooth out. And from that day forward, I've always kept my head on a swivel when I ran. So I never got cracked back blocked again.
I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday. And you can remember getting blocked.
It was a traumatic experience.
Well, that's fair. I guess I get that.
When 10 toes is off the ground, both feet in the air, you'll never forget that happening.
I love that you illustrated it by putting your feet in the air, too. That's my favorite part of that. That's good. You know what? I look at all of the weather stuff and I say, bring it on. When it comes to the NFL, I enjoy it. When it comes to college football, I enjoy it. This Kentucky Derby. Imagine if that was in a dome and there was no rain and it was just perfect conditions.
Everybody would love it. What are you talking about?
No, this was apparently not because they've had nice weather and it has never looked like this.
It was raining outside. There was nothing else to do. All plans got canceled on Saturday.
Not all over the world, just not over the U.S. It was just
the majority, the Midwest.
Well, the Midwest, that's true. And we are big sports fans, and that's why we tune in. You're right.
And there's a bunch of gamblers out there.
So that is also correct. All right. Take a break. We come back. We have got to find out. There's a person. I told you the other day, Tyvis, you were unaware of Jim Abbott, the one-handed pitcher who threw a no-hitter. That's correct. You hadn't heard of him, and that's okay. Not everybody has. That's why we have to talk about these people because they're awesome. I have another person to put in the Jim Abbott category. We should be talking about this person more often. You should lead off conversations with, hi, how are you doing? Have you heard of so-and-so? I'll tell you who that person is next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at some slower traffic on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 23 and 315. And there's a couple-minute delay on westbound 670 between Grandview Avenue and I-70. This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. If you're ready for a new job, let Express Employment Professionals help you. Express is already hiring for summer jobs in a variety of industries. Job seekers never pay a fee at Express. Go to ExpressPros.com to find your location. That's ExpressPros.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1. The Fan Traffic.
All you gotta do is put up.
Errant Church is back and bringing his unforgettable live show to Columbus. Errant Church Free the Machine Tour with special guest L. King. Nationwide Arena, Saturday, September 13th. Get tickets Friday, May 9th at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. His new album, Evangeline vs. the Machine, is out now. One epic night of music that you won't want to miss. Errant Church Free the Machine Tour. Live at Nationwide Arena, Saturday, September 13th. Get tickets Friday, May 9th. For more, visit errantchurch.com. Produced by Messina Touring Group.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Sick of the long security lines and flight delays? Travel on your terms. Go RVing and get ready to save at RCD RV's Open House. From May 3rd through the 10th, take advantage of huge deals on new and pre-owned RVs. Our Delaware, Heath, and Patasko locations will feature exclusive sale pricing on all new and pre-owned travel trailers, fifth wheels, motorhomes with special financing rates available, plus discounts on camping accessories. Come by today. We'll have your road ready by Memorial Day. Find unbeatable savings, unforgettable fun, and everything you need to hit the road at rcdrv.com.
This summer, something wild is coming to your Columbus Zoo. The all-new North America Trek opens soon. Get closer than ever to Mexican wolves, river otters, and more in stunning new habitats. Experience wildlife and conservation in action. Plan your visit today at columbuszoo.org.
We've discovered the perfect morning ritual, the 2 for $6 breakfast sandwich deal at Tim Hortons. Every sandwich is made to order with a freshly cracked egg and melty cheese, just the way breakfast should be. Choose between savory sausage or hickory smoked bacon, served on a toasted English muffin or flaky biscuit. There's no wrong way to mix and match this tasty deal. 2 breakfast sandwiches, just $6. Perfect. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, single item at regular menu price. Modifications and tax extra. Exclusions and additional terms apply.
You had a solid retirement dream. Sell your home in a few years, bank the equity, downsize, and travel. But with an unpredictable economy and the future feeling uncertain, you're wondering if that equity will still be there when you're ready. What if you could bank that equity right now? With Truehold, you can sell your home for its current value, so you can access your equity today. You can bank the cash now and stay in the home you love with an easy standard lease. Truehold even covers property taxes, insurance, and repairs. And since Truehold hands over your equity in cash now, it's yours to do whatever you'd like. Don't let a shifting economy put your hard-earned equity at risk. Visit Truehold.com and receive their competitive offer on your home in just 48 hours, based on its current value, not what's coming. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward here with a challenge. Well, a challenge might not be the best choice of words, so let's say an opportunity. Take the opportunity to lose 40 by the 4th with Awaken 180. Has a different ring to it when you have a finish line, doesn't it? 40 by the 4th. Maybe you looked at the scale this morning and it read 230 pounds. How about it reading 190 by the 4th of July? Maybe the scale says 300. Wouldn't the 260 number be a little nicer on your eyes and on your knees? It's attainable if you have the same results we all had with Awaken 180. I dropped 40 pounds in just 8 weeks. There's no reason you can't drop 40 by the 4th and be feeling as great as I still do now. Ring Independence Day in healthy, confident, and most important, feeling happy. You reached your goal with the help of Awaken 180. So fire up your grill and grab your beverage of choice because the weight's staying off thanks to free support for life. 40 by the 4th. Set your goal and reach it. Reserve your consultation online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Now at White Castle, you can get 12 chicken rings for just $3.99.
Tender on the inside, crispy on the outside. Choose from classic or our new Cheddar Blast flavor made with real cheddar cheese. White Castle. Follow your crave. Limited time only at participating castles. Tax not included.
Newman Roofing, as part of their 2025 Commitment to Community initiative, is proud to partner with 10 TV and The Fan to launch Raise the Roof, honoring local heroes. This week, we salute U.S. Navy veteran Ronald Jordan. For over 25 years, Ronald has served our country and community, flying critical missions, protecting top officials, and keeping our streets safe as a Springfield police officer and homicide detective. With retirement around the corner, he's looking forward to traveling with his wife. Thank you, Ronald, for a lifetime of service.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. Cleveland Guardians look for a third straight win when they begin a series in Washington, D.C. against the Nationals tonight. Meanwhile, the Cincinnati Reds, who dropped 2 in a row, will try and break that skid tonight in Atlanta. You can hear that game on ESPN Columbus. 2 games in the NBA playoffs tonight. New York is at Boston. Denver at Oklahoma City. That's the opener of each of those series. On the ice in the NHL playoffs, it's Florida at Toronto in the opening of their matchup. The NCAA investigation drags on, but the University of Michigan is expected to self-impose a 2-game suspension on football coach Chiron Moore in connection with the alleged sign-stealing scandal. Moore could also face additional penalties from the NCAA when their investigation is done. This update brought to you by RCD RV. Their open house is May 3rd through the 10th, and they have over 650 RVs in stock. Visit RCD in Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The only thing harder than common man's arteries is T-Bone thinking about a red-bellied woodpecker. This is Man and Bone.
Our guy Jason Stark going to join the program coming up at 5:30. Jason's Beef is what that little segment is called. T-Bone and Tyvis here. Tyvis is in. We'll be starting the new show with T-Bone and Tyvis on Monday, 6 a.m. You can find us, here, but at earlier times, 6 to 9 a.m. every weekday right here on The Fan. I just saw this news come down from Adam Schefter, among others. The Ravens have released kicker Justin Tucker. They drafted a kicker, Tyler Loop. And they continue to insist this is a, quote, football decision.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
For those who are not paying attention, Justin Tucker has been the subject of accusations involving massage and touchy and improper stuff. And so that's been going on since last year. The Ravens are saying, no, it has nothing to do with that. Just football. Just football decision. He hasn't been a great kicker last year.
Last year, he struggled a lot, but he obviously had this in his mind. So, it's hard for him to focus.
Yeah. I would think, Well, you know what? Good luck with all of that. I'm just going to leave it there because I don't feel like those accusations, we don't know what happened, but obviously
it's hard to beat them.
We have seen a lot of players who have had those accusations, and we never really get full resolution, confirmation, anything. We just get, Well,
it cost Deshaun some money, didn't it?
It did cost him some money.
To pay a lot of settlements or something.
It may cost Justin Tucker as well in various ways. But, so that's what the Ravens are saying. It's a football-only decision. Whatever. I don't believe you. Now, let's talk about someone who I think should be talked about more often. Our prototype for this is Jim Abbott. Jim Abbott is a guy who, Tyvis, you recently found out about.
Yes.
Former Major League Baseball pitcher who threw a no-hitter while having only one hand. 2 arms, but only one of those arms at the end, he just had where his wrist was, that's where his arm ended, no hand.
Mm-hmm.
So he would throw the ball with, I believe he was right-handed. He'd throw the ball with his right hand.
I think he was left.
All right, whatever.
His left hand.
I should already, you know what? I should probably already know that. Either way, he would throw the ball, then with his hand that he threw the ball with, stick it in his glove, which was resting on his other arm, and then he would hold the glove up. If the ball came back to him, he would catch it, then throw it.
Which is impressive to me that I just watched this man do this. This is the most impressive single play I've ever seen where he pitches the ball, puts the glove on his hand, catches the ball, takes the glove off the hand, throws it to second base, and the guy throws a double play.
Started a double play.
Yeah. I can't believe that just took place.
Well, it didn't just take. It took place many years ago.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah. But it is something impressive to watch. And I feel like we don't talk about Jim Abbott enough. The fact that, like, you weren't aware of him. There's plenty of people listening who probably, like, never heard that guy. You should go look him up because he was great. And he pitched a no-hitter for the Yankees, I believe, against Cleveland back in the day. But he pitched a no-hitter in Major League Baseball where they don't care about how cute the story is or how nice it is. Guys are trying to hit you. He was able to do that. I mean, just incredible, right? Yeah. Just awesome. So with that all in mind, there's another person who I feel falls into the Jim Abbott category where we should just be talking about her more often. Mm-hmm. You tell me if you agree with this. Katie Ledecky. If you're a swimmer, you are talking about her, but I feel like outside of the swimming world, we just don't talk about her enough. Over the weekend, she broke the 800-meter freestyle world record, which is in and of itself a great accomplishment. If you don't know, she swims the 800 meters. She swims, I believe, the 1,500 meters, where she holds a vast number of records and all kinds of stuff in those distances.
Yeah, no, Olympics is silly. She's literally getting out the pool, getting her medal while people are still trying to finish. Like, it's not even close.
Not even close. Well, she recorded a time of 8 minutes, 4 seconds, 4.12 seconds at the TYR Pro Swim Series in Fort Lauderdale. So she beat the previous record, which was by 0.6 of a second. Who held that previous record? Her. But here's the part that's wild to me, Tyvis, because she set that record at the 2016 games, the Olympic Games in Rio, 10 years ago almost. Mm. And now, 10 years older Katie Ledecky just went out and broke her own record. Like, she beat the younger version of herself at this. And she holds the top 10 times ever recorded in this distance. The top 10 on the list are all Katie Ledecky. Like,
so if I'm hearing you correctly, what you're saying is if I lose a couple pounds and get back out there, I'm better now than I was 10 years ago.
Tyvis,
that's what you just told me.
When did you hit the combine? What year was it that you went to the combine?
2016.
Okay. Same year as she did this.
Yeah.
Okay. Imagine you go out, you train. The combine just happened a few months ago. Imagine if you had trained like from December through February and you showed up in combine shape and you went out, what'd you run, a 4.47?
4.46.
4.46. That was the official time. Imagine if you beat that. Now,
I feel like
don't you feel like that would be talked about like if you went out and ran a better time than that on an official gun at an NFL thing?
It would get talked about because I talk about it every time I got on this microphone.
And then you would be calling your agent and saying, "Hey, you should let everybody know."
Put the word out.
We're back up. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly what you should do. If you ran a 4.45 at 31 years old, that's what she did essentially. She went out. She is the most dominant swimmer. And by the way, this is the swimming where, like when you watch the Olympics, she's in the pool doing laps.
Yeah.
And then you're like, where are the other swimmers? And it's like, no, these are world-class athletes. They all are like the person in their country, their like city, their town where they grew up. They've been the best every step of the way. And then they get in a pool and they see Katie Ledecky and they go, oh, bleep. And then it's just, you're just you're swimming for second.
To be honest, yeah, that's pretty much.
There's no chance.
If I was Katie Ledecky, before we start, I say, all right, y'all, so who coming in second?
Oh, and I mean, yeah, she could say anything she wants. She can back it all up. But yeah, when she does like the 1,500 meters, that's the one that takes them like 20 minutes or whatever time. It takes 800 meters took her 8 minutes. So that's almost double. So it probably does take you about 14, 15 minutes. I don't know what the record is.
I wonder what
those are the ones where they just like she's done and it's like they have 2 laps to go.
I wonder what she ran at the Olympics.
Well, the one that she just beat her record by a tenth of, what did I say? Like,
I think you said a tenth of a second.
Was it? Yeah. 0.6 of something like that. 0.6 of a second. She took more than half a second off her time from the Olympics. So it was 8:05 something instead of 8:04. It's just incredible. She's still going at a world record pace at whatever age she is now, probably 29, 30, something like that.
She might be one of them people that you just got to wait it out.
You don't even really push yourself. You're just like, no, we're just trying to hit to when she retires, and then. But now, what do you do?
Look at this.
Because she's probably hitting 30. I'm guessing there's a lot of swimmers that are probably like, well, she can't keep going like this. It's been 13 years since she came on the scene.
You got to wait her out.
I don't know that you can. She may be one of those that's like waiting LeBron out. It's like, well, once he retires,
it's coming up soon.
But he's been there for 20 years. There's guys that started in the league. Darko Milicic said, I'll wait him out. And then he said, nope, see ya. You're gone. Like, he didn't even get a second chance. Out of the league.
They need to ask her trainer. They need to train with her just to see what she doing differently.
I mean, the other thing is there was a woman, Gretchen Walsh, became the first woman to complete the 100-meter butterfly in less than 55 seconds. So she lowered the world record. This girl. No one's talking about Gretchen Walsh because Katie Ledecky is giving all the people who are like, yeah, back when I was banging, I could do some things. Now time has passed, but I just remember what I used to be. She still is. She gave you hope. You just sat there and felt a little bit of like, well, maybe if I worked at it, I could get back. She's still doing it. This is the story. Katie Ledecky should be talked about like Jim Abbott. She's unbelievable.
I agree. And you're right. It makes me want to start training again.
I can see the wheels already. Buddy, we're going to have to do this like every other week, aren't we, with him? We're just going to have to say, Tyvis, no, we have to let things go.
No. I'm not ready yet.
Just try to make that decision by next Monday, Tyvis. That way we can.
Yeah, why don't you go do some wind sprints after the show and just let us know? Because we do have plans.
If I just drop 35 pounds.
Oh, right. There you go.
Back.
Good news. Morning Show has a sponsorship for you waiting to go whenever you want to jump in. I'm sure they'll be ready for you. Be the greatest achievement of ever for them. All right. So Joe Burrow, it looks like, had a fun weekend. Little Bengals talk for you because he was out and about. We'll tell you what he was doing next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got some slowdown due to an accident that's on the right shoulder of westbound 670 at 3rd Street. And there's a 10-minute delay on eastbound 33 from Refugee Road to Gender Road. This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. If you're ready for a new job, let Express Employment Professionals help you. Express is already hiring for summer jobs in a variety of industries. Job seekers never pay a fee at Express. Go to ExpressPros.com to find your location. That's ExpressPros.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Take advantage of the BMI FCU Auto Refinance Summer Savings Event. Earn a $400 cash bonus when you bring your auto loan to BMI FCU. Visit bmifcu.org/refinance for more details.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Sick of the long security lines and flight delays? Travel on your terms. Go RVing and get ready to save at RCD RV's Open House. From May 3rd through the 10th, take advantage of huge deals on new and pre-owned RVs. Our Delaware, Heath, and Pataska locations will feature exclusive sale pricing on all new and pre-owned travel trailers, fifth wheels, motorhomes with special financing rates available, plus discounts on camping accessories. Come by today. We'll have your road ready by Memorial Day. Find unbeatable savings, unforgettable fun, and everything you need to hit the road at rcdrv.com.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, you're the Carfax guy.
The Carfox from Carfax.
Wow.
And you, sir, work at Tire Discounters.
I sure do.
The Carfax top-rated service center.
Oh, right. You know, a lot of that's because of our services. But people think we're just about tires.
Maybe it's your name.
Yeah?
Tire Discounters. And your jingle.
Oh, you like it?
I think it needs something.
Yeah? Like what?
Hit it. Plus brakes, oil changes, shocks, and struts, and more. Now that speaks to me.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. I know firsthand what it's like to battle through joint pain. After years of the hard hits and the wear and tear on the field, I thought pain, it was just going to be something I had to live with. Let me tell you, that's no longer the case thanks to QC Kinetics. For over 8 years, QC Kinetics has been leading the charge nationwide in non-surgical joint pain relief, helping over 50,000 patients get back to doing what they love, pain-free. Whether it's your knees, back, hips, shoulders, you pick it. If joint pain's been slowing you down, you need to hear about what Dr. Aaron Walkoff and his team in Columbus are doing. They're using cutting-edge regenerative medicine, natural biologic treatments with powerful healing properties to repair and restore damaged joint tissue. No surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. Just real results. The kind of treatment I wish I had access to during my playing days, and now you do. Imagine this summer playing around a golf, chasing the kids, and just enjoying a walk without the pain. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-2845-44. They now have offices in Grove City and Canal Winchester.
Nashville's hottest band, Old Dominion, is coming to Great American Ballpark on July 10th as part of the Ohio Lottery post-game concert series. After the Reds take on the Marlins, all fans in attendance are invited to stay and enjoy a set from Old Dominion. Plus, you can upgrade your ticket to a pit field pass for an up-close view of the show. For tickets and more information, visit reds.com/concerts.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Spring weather has arrived, and we all know what that brings. Warmer weather and severe storms. Well, when bad weather hits, we all know it can cause leaky roofs or even damage to your siding and gutters. The Roofing Guys are your local experts in roofing, siding, and gutters and more, providing top quality through every roof, every time. So it's just a small repair, full replacement, or even peace of mind. You need to contact my guys, the Roofing Guys, 614-626-7000, or visit them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
All your favorite and least favorite fan shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just type in 971 The Fan to the search bar and hit that subscribe button. It's free.
We're the land of the free and the home of the sunburnt, freckled fat guy.
Do it now.
This is the sound of a popular American motorcycle. It's the sound of freedom, the open road, really good times. And this is what it sounds like with a drunk guy on it. How do you like the sound of that? Cops are cracking down on drunk motorcycle riders. If you ride drunk, you will get caught and you will get arrested. Drunk riding. Over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Proper tree care is an investment that can lead to substantial returns and increased personal enjoyment. Hiring a certified arborist can help care for your trees and add considerable value to your property. Inspections by Ohio ISA certified arborists can often find and mitigate tree defects before they fail. Only professionals with specialized knowledge and training are properly equipped to provide appropriate care. To find an arborist, visit trees4ohio.org. That's trees4ohio.org. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed's sponsored jobs feature helps you stand out and hire fast. Start at indeed.com/credit.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of clouds around, breezy and cool, scattered showers, and even a few storms possible on this Monday. Temperatures in the low to mid 60s. Overnight will fall back down to around 50 degrees. Plenty of clouds around to start off your Tuesday. Scattered showers increase during the day, especially afternoon and evening. More clouds and cooler still with highs only in the low 60s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
We did the math. Common Man has hosted over 5,000 shows on The Fan. 3 of them have been halfway decent. Here's Man and Bone.
Well, I mean, as they say, this ain't one of them. One of them's over, right? Common Man and T-Bone. Last episode was last Wednesday. You can go check that out on YouTube if you haven't seen it. You can go to the Fan YouTube channel. Find it wherever. Find it on YouTube. But you can also get our podcast. You can find that episode as well on our podcast. That you can find wherever you get podcasts. Just search Common Man and T-Bone, soon to be Common Man and Timmy. It's all brought to you by Care Heating and Cooling. Did you see, Tyvis, over the weekend there was the Formula One race in Miami?
I did not, but I know that is your cup of tea right there.
I do like some of the auto racing. I ended up not being able to watch that race. I didn't get a chance to see it. However, that race takes place right by, it's like the Hard Rock Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
They do it in the parking lot, essentially. They convert all that, draws a lot of people from all over the world, draws a lot of like social influencers, a lot of very, a lot of big time fans come out for that. Even people who are not huge auto racing fans come out because it's a see and be seen type of place, right?
Okay.
Well, apparently Joe Burrow was seen and being seen at the pre-parties and at the race itself. He was out hanging out in Miami all weekend for that event, as a star quarterback would be wont to do. I mean, there's lots of good times there, right?
Yes.
But this was something that goes back to, remember when his house got robbed?
Yes.
So there's a string of break-ins at star athletes' houses. Joe Burrow's got robbed.
Mm-hmm. My boy Sherrone got robbed.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Richard Sherman had that happen too? That's terrible.
Yeah.
It's bad that this stuff is happening, right? We don't like that.
Yeah, his was a little more violent than
oh no.
Yeah, they had weapons.
Oh, that's Was he there?
I don't think he was there.
Okay.
But his wife and kids were.
Oh gosh. No, that's horrifying. A break-in in general is just like a violation of your trust, everything that you think about, like normalcy in your life. When that happens, that's horrible. When there's people there, that's 100 times worse, right?
Yes.
Especially people that you care about. Well, one of the things that kind of came out of that story in December when that, robbery occurred was that a supermodel by the name of Olivia Pontone. I'm not sure how you say her last name, but
yeah, she
let her
was
live.
there, wasn't she?
She was at the house.
Yes.
And that was like the first thing that became known about, they might have a little bit of a relationship going on, given she was at the house and he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were both in Miami for the Formula One race. Now, this is the thing that I don't think about when I think about celebrity. Okay, like when I think about the level of celebrity that Joe Burrow is, because apparently, I don't know what the reasoning is for this. Perhaps he and her, they don't want this to be the topic of conversation. They don't want themselves to be seen in the limelight. They were on what looked like a party bus, essentially, that dropped them off at a I don't know, some event where paparazzi were there. All the celebrities are getting out of these buses and limos and things like that. He gets out of this bus, very first person off the bus. 5 or 10 other people get off the bus. And then she's the last one to get off the bus. And she's doing the pull my hair back, kind of covering her hand over her face so you don't quite get a good photo of her as she's getting off the bus. But she's on the bus that Joe Burrow is on. A bunch of other people are too. So people are obviously putting together they look like they're still hanging around each other, given they were on this. This wasn't like a city bus they were on. They rented this for the purpose of going out. So they haven't been photographed together, but this has now got all the paparazzi talking like, oh no, they're back. They're still together.
You know what? This is Joe's fault.
Why is it Joe's fault?
And I don't feel bad for him one bit. Where the camera? I don't feel bad for you one bit, Joe. You know why? Because nobody told you to be that good. If you would have just had an average career like me, a decent career, you could walk the streets of where you say it was?
Miami.
Miami. You could walk the streets of Miami with your significant other and not have to worry about cameras in your face. But no, you chose to be great at the game of football. How dare you?
That's, I'm saying, what a cross to bear, right?
Where.
Now, here's where it gets a little interesting, at least for me, because also on this bus was the CEO of Raising Cane's, Todd Graves, like the guy you see on the commercials, and an heiress to the Chiefs, Gracie Hunt. The Hunt family owns the Kansas City Chiefs. So you are talking about billionaires are on this bus with Joe Burrow, or soon-to-be billionaires.
He's hanging around a great crowd.
Yeah. Now, I guess it's possible this was just, oh, hey, look, we're all staying at the same hotel. Oh, Olivia, hi, haven't seen you since the break-in. Well, let's all hop on this bus. But it does look like that's just what I'm saying is the thought process that has to go into it when you're a celebrity like him, that who you get off the bus with, who you leave and go to something with, you have to plan out, like, if that's what happened here, she has to get off separate from me. There's a request made. And she's a celebrity too. Obviously, she's very famous as well.
Mm-hmm.
I can't fathom that.
If you're a celebrity, you don't really have a private life. And I think that it's funny because that's like people of that status, that's what they care about. Like, I want my stuff private. And I'm like, I get that, but like I feel like it wouldn't bother me. For Joe, like, I don't understand. Okay, so say the two are dating.
Yeah.
What difference does it make if the world knows?
No, I'm with you. I don't know that, and I don't know what's going on there. But it does seem like that they are dating. I'm just saying there's a lot of calculations going on. I think sometimes we get caught up in the off-field things with an NFL player where it's like, oh, this certain situation has happened, and now there's like what we're hearing about with Belichick right now and his girlfriend, right? Like, I'm sure there are people, and rightfully so, thinking, is this man fit to lead North Carolina? And rightfully so. There's a lot of question marks there. But what I'm trying to draw the parallel to is a lot of football players, a lot of famous athletes and coaches have stuff like this all the time that you don't know about. They have, they're always thinking about, how do I keep this relationship out of the public? Just because maybe you want your privacy. Not that anything's going on wrong, just because you want your privacy.
It's hard when you got that paparazzi. They be sitting outside with them cameras. Anybody that look remotely close, like they coming to see you.
Right. And this is where the hypocrisy gets me, because I see that and I see people go, why won't he tell us what's going on in his private life? Then you see guys like, Deion Sanders back in the day, Shedeur Sanders now, who's literally like, you want to see my life? I've got video cameras on me all the time. And people are like,
I wouldn't want that.
How dare you show us your private life? And it's like, which one do you want? Do you want them to like open the doors and let you in? Or do you want them to be private a little bit more like Joe Burrow is trying to be? I just don't know what the balance is, because people seem to not like either one.
I don't understand why people are so infatuated with what he's doing, though. Like, why do you feel like, wait, because you want clicks? So like, I was the first to report it. Like, is that what this is about?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, I think that the problem is people put too many people on pedestals. Like,
of course.
And when things go bad like that, then it breaks their heart and things like that. But you shouldn't even put them on the pedestal. Like, they are human beings. Like, they do the same thing we do. Believe it or not, a lot of the things you think is exactly how they think. So, like, I don't know. To me, it doesn't matter to me who's Joe Burrow is dating or not dating. Like, that's if he's happy, that's all I care about.
Yeah. Well, and the Bengals care about whether or not he's going to be able to stay healthy, whether or not they're going to have a defense that can like slow anyone down enough so that their ridiculous offense can allow him to actually get some wins and make the playoffs and do all the Joe Burrow things you want him to do. That to me is their biggest question mark this year, is can your defense be, I don't know, like a mid-level replacement level defense in the NFL?
It's up to Bodie's boy.
Bodie's boy.
Yeah, I'll go then.
Oh, right. Mr. Notre Dame. Yeah.
He can make wine out of water there, so.
Oh, you think so?
Well, I don't know. He did it at Notre Dame, though, so.
There you go. By the way, I was watching over the weekend, speaking of Notre Dame. My buddy hit me up and had said, you have to watch, because somehow Manti Te'o came up last week. I think we were playing some of the old bits and stuff from the show. He's like, you have to watch that Untold or whatever, the Netflix documentary on him. I watched part one, and I was like, there's so much I didn't even know. And then part one, they leave you with the cliffhanger where he's like, it's time to get all the info out there and like everything comes clean. And then it was part two. It was already an hour, and I'm like, I gotta finish this. I haven't finished it yet, but that's pretty good. I had forgotten a lot of that info. I know we talked about it back when all that stuff happened, but yeah, that happened about 12 years ago?
That was what, 13?
Is that 12? Yeah, 12, 13 years ago. Yeah. That was right about your time when you were in college.
I was in college. I remember,
you remember all that.
I remember like it was just, I was we was eating our catered meal at the Fawcett Center, and they had this big screen TV up, and it was breaking news on ESPN, and I'm looking at it like, wait, what is catfish? I ain't never even heard of what that is.
Right.
And then, yeah, obviously we had the story came out and all that, and everybody who was there was just like, wow, that's the wildest thing you ever heard.
Oh, you watch this documentary. It's even wilder than you imagined. Yeah. There's a whole lot going on with that. So, yeah, but it's been so long. Also, Manti Te'o, one of the people that I think we can safely say has gotten more handsome as he's gotten older. Like, he's figured out like where the hairline fits best, what the best look is there. He's got a beard going on. He's doing great.
I mean, he's on NFL Network.
Yeah, he's got, I'm saying, a team of stylists are helping. Someone is helping.
I can't relate. I don't know. I ain't paid attention to all that. I just know he on the NFL Network.
It's okay to acknowledge a man. George Clooney, handsome. We can say handsome, right? Handsome man. Tyvis Powell, handsome man.
Wouldn't know.
Hairline's moving a little bit further back than he wants, but he's a handsome man.
Bald is beautiful.
That's right. You know who else is handsome? Jason Stark. Even without his mustache, still handsome. He's our guy. We're going to talk to Jason next. Jason, I can't talk today. Let's start that over. Jason's Beef coming up next. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got an accident that's causing a 5-minute delay on southbound US 23 after Rathmel Road. It is stop and go from 270 on the south side. And there's a couple-minute delay on westbound 270 on the north outer belt from Westerville to Cleveland Avenue. This report is sponsored by Rocket. Rocket.com is the new home for all things home ownership. Whether you're buying your first home, finding your next one, or unlocking home equity to fund one of your dreams, there's only one destination that has everything you need to get started, all under one roof. Get started today at Rocket.com. Rocket, own the dream. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
There's a new way to surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle and Market District. Shop Giant Eagle's uncompromising quality at a reliable price with everyday savings. Look for signs throughout the store to find bargains on produce, meat, and more. Visit Giant Eagle to see how easy it is to save.
Now at White Castle, you can get 12 chicken rings for just $3.99. Tender on the inside, crispy on the outside. Choose from classic or our new Cheddar Blast flavor made with real cheddar cheese. White Castle. Follow your crave. Limited time only at participating castles. Tax not included.
It's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place. Leslie, what's that hot lamp against your window for?
Pella windows are tested up to 160 degrees, Wilson, to ensure efficiency and the lowest energy bills possible, even in the craziest of temperatures. Put your hand on there.
All right. God, that's hot.
On the window, Wilson.
Oh, hey, that is quite nice and cool. So I'm going to go grab some ice now.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rated #1 for innovation at PellaColumbus.com.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
He likes baseball. He likes solar eclipses. He likes Shohei Ohtani. But he loves roast beef sandwiches. It's time for Jason's Beef with everyone's favorite baseball writer, podcaster, author, and former mustache owner, Jason Stark.
Sponsored by Logan Services. Feeling the heat? Call the experts at Logan Services now for hot deals on Train air conditioners.
Every week this here time, this show talks to our guy, the legend, the Hall of Famer, Jason Stark, on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Jason, how are you doing today?
T-Bone, I am great, my friend. How are you?
I'm good. We had our goodbye conversation last week, and then I was doing, I'm like, well, I'll talk to you next week though. So we're back. You and I.
Right, I'm only saying goodbye to you once, though.
That's fine. We already did it. We don't have to do it again.
I'm not doing the tribute speech today.
That's fine. I'm going to hang up during the middle of the call just so it's not awkward at all. So I'm reading on The Athletic. You had an article about the strike zone where players feel it's shrinking. The umpires, there was a change in how they look and are graded on how they call balls and strikes. This seems like a very minor thing that got changed in the rule books kind of in the middle of the offseason. And now almost every player, at least when it comes to pitchers and catchers, they're all complaining about that. What actually is going on here?
Yeah, this was a really crazy story to work on, T-Bone. Pitchers first started calling my attention to it and said, here's something for you to look into. So I started looking into it. And what they were telling me was that baseball shrunk the strike zone. That's not technically true. They didn't change the rule book strike zone at all. But here's what they did do. There's what's been known as a buffer zone, which kind of shadows the strike zone all the way around. And it was 2 inches wide, up, down, left, right, before this year. Then over the winter, when they did the new labor deal with umpires, they reduced that to just 3/4 of an inch. So that's a 60% reduction, right? And, okay, they can do that, except for whatever reason, and I'm still trying to figure out exactly how this happened, I couldn't find a single player who knew this was happening. So I started following this trail over at Led, and front offices were telling me, we didn't know. Went back to more players. They were telling me, we had no idea about this. And so I went to Major League Baseball, and they said, hey, this is the most accurate strike zone that has ever been called. And if you just go by the rule book strike zone, that's true. But the response of pitchers and catchers is, no, this is the tightest strike zone that's ever been called, because they're throwing pitches that used to be strikes, and now they're balls. And so Major League Baseball is saying, what's the problem? Players and especially front offices are saying, hold on a minute, this changes everything about how we go about it, and you never told us. Major League Baseball says, yes, we did. They said, no, we don't remember it. Talked to 15 players, a half dozen managers, a bunch of front office people. Not one of them said they were alerted to this. It's been really bizarre to be in the middle of it.
Does that strike you as a bit of an oversight that, given how meticulous pitchers are, routine-based, everything that goes into being a Major League pitcher, that no one in Major League Baseball thought to alert the teams that, hey, we made this kind of big change that could affect how these games are called? Do you find that odd?
It's been so odd because Major League Baseball has insisted to me that they told the general managers at the general manager meetings in November, that they told the managers at the winter meetings in December. And when the labor deal got finished with the umpires, they sent out a summary of the agreement to every team. And yet I had clubs telling me not only did they not know this or not remember any of this, they went through all their emails for 3 months and couldn't find it. So I want to believe that baseball is telling me the truth and they did alert everybody. It's just so strange that nobody remembers it. And, normally when there would be a change like this, the pitchers would notice in spring training. But what was happening this spring training, T-Bone? We had the challenge system.
Oh, that's right. So everybody was tapping their helmets.
They obviously thought, well, the zone's tighter, but it's just because these umpires are spooked by the challenge system. They don't want to get overturned. So I think all of those things are true, and to some extent, none of it was true. It was really confusing.
Jason, I want to ask you about my Cleveland Guardians. Obviously, this offseason, they got rid of Jimenez. They got rid of Josh Naylor. Shane Bieber is out until later in the season, so they have no ace. And the starting pitching has not been what it was in the past. Yet this team is second place in the AL Central. How is that possible?
Well, on this show a couple weeks ago, I was asked to pick a team to win the AL Central, and I was having a hard time doing that. But I picked the Guardians because they always seem to figure it out. And I think that's what they're seeing. Now, this record is skewed a little bit by the one-run games, don't you think? 8-1 in one-run games. In the case of most teams, that's viewed as incredibly random, especially when you have all these zombie runners running around in extra innings. But I would think of it this way. If one-run records tell us anything about anything, don't they tell us about bullpens and whether your offense can play situational baseball? I think they do, right? So if you asked me to describe the Guardians and their philosophy of how they're going to win tonight, what would I tell you? I'd say great bullpen, best small ball team in the big leagues. And so 8-1 in one-run games, I don't think random would describe that record in their case, and it's why they have the record that they have overall.
Switching up to go to talk about the Reds real quick, Jason. It's Jason's Beef with our guy Jason Stark on the Bryan Heating and Cooling System fan guest hotline. Hunter Green threw 114 pitches the other night, and somehow it seems like despite getting 12 Ks in that game and all that, it seems like that's the number more people are interested in. I don't want to maybe cause that to be a doomsday scenario that how dare they pitch him 114 pitches. But in this day and age where everyone is so concerned with that, obviously Terry Francona wasn't and let him go out there and do that. And, I think he's capable of it, but what do you think his ceiling is? And should Reds fans be concerned if he has a bunch of outings where he's pitching over 100 pitches?
Well, I think the reason that was such a big talking point is 114 somehow or other is the most pitches any starting pitcher has thrown in any game all season. And obviously that didn't used to be true when Dusty Baker was the manager of the Reds. Weren't people yelling about him letting guys throw 140 pitches? And times have evolved. But if you look at Terry Francona's track record in Cleveland, didn't he give those starting pitchers more rope than, I would say, any other manager, any other team in the league? I think if you looked it up, you'd find yes. And those guys turned out to be pretty durable because there are a lot of metrics now that enable teams to measure fatigue. And look, it means something in this case because Hunter Green is so good. I was on MLB Network a couple of weeks ago with Dan O'Dowd, who's the former Rockies general manager. And he said to me, I don't see any reason why we won't be talking about Hunter Green the way we talk about Paul Skeens as one of the special pitchers in our game. And, I agree. I used to sit there and watch this guy try to figure out why a pitcher with his stuff could self-destruct at any given moment. But now he's still throwing 100. The command is there. The secondary stuff is incredible, and the conviction in all of it matches the stuff. And we are seeing it now. I'm sure they will watch him closely because this guy is something special.
Last thing I have for you quickly. The Rangers fired their term I didn't know was a thing until today, offensive coordinator, Donnie Ecker. And I thought, that's just maybe the fancy term for a hitting coach. No, it says that their hitting coach, Justin Vieli, is still there, along with the assistant hitting coach, Seth Connor. So what did Donnie Ecker, what are these offensive coordinators in baseball? They're not the only team that does this. What is an offensive coordinator in baseball?
See, you thought the Cowboys should fire their offensive coordinator, and the Rangers fired theirs, right?
Well, don't worry, they might. Give them time.
I know. Do you ever look at the coaching staffs of some of these teams? I would like to be in charge of naming the jobs. The Mariners have a hitting coach, an assistant hitting coach, and a senior director of hitting strategy, and a pitching coach, and a director of pitching strategy, and a pitching strategist. And those are all different jobs. Okay, so it's just because these hitting departments now need to have multiple people. You need a data guy, you need a biomechanics guy, and you need a traditional hitting coach, somebody who speaks human words to the other humans. I think the biggest complication is, doesn't it make it hard for people to call talk shows like yours and demand who they want fired?
Yeah, just say the hitting guy, and that covers at least a few people, or the pitching guy, and maybe that'll cover it.
Yeah, fire the hitting strategist. I mean the hitting coach.
Yeah, who's ultimately responsible? That's the hard part.
Good question. The guy who got fired apparently was responsible. He was really smart when they won the World Series. He wasn't that smart when they were 30th out of 30 teams in every hitting department.
Yeah, that's right. It's the first time Bruce Bochy's ever made an in-season change to his coaching staff, so obviously something wasn't working there. Jason, we appreciate the time. You will talk to them next week, my friend. Take care.
All right, all the best, T-Bone.
There you go. Jason Stark on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Back page when we come back. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got some slower traffic that's causing a 15-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side from Livingston Avenue to Bryce Road. We also have slower traffic on eastbound 33 between 270 on the East Outer Belt and Hamilton Road. This report is sponsored by Ohio Laborers and Ohio Lusset. Ohio Laborers would like to congratulate Member of the Week, Richard Horton. Laborers Local 423 Columbus. Richard is a first-year member working with DeBra Kumple. Build Ohio right, build it Union. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
As men get older, our bodies change. We all know that, and often we just accept the changes as the way it is. But some of those changes, such as bad sleep patterns, low sex drive, brain fog, no energy, and reduced gains in the gym could be due to low testosterone, and that is something you can change. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and even if you're in your 30s or if you're experiencing some or all of the symptoms I just noted, you very well may need low testosterone treatment. With our treatment protocols, if you're like most men, you'll be amazed at the change. You'll have more energy, improved mental clarity, and your sleep will be better, so will your workouts, and you'll likely find your sex drive increases too. So give us a call today and make a change for the good. And for a limited time, new patients will get their initial appointment free, which includes blood work and a medical consult, because we believe low T treatments could have an incredible impact on your life. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you. Tri-State Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
Make Mom's Day a good deal fresher at Meijer. Plump, ripe strawberries are 3 packages for $5 and are perfectly paired with fresh from Meijer muffins and a glass of the Barber & Son champagne. Show Mom some love with the colorful premium hanging basket or patio planner. Now for just $16.99, save $2. And use M-Perks to save $1 on select Mother's Day greeting cards. Give her exactly what she wants. That's the Love You Mom, Good Life at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
If your garage door is moodier than your emo teenager after a breakup, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we've fixed crappy garage doors, straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Join the Reds and their quest for the coveted Ohio Cup in a weekend series against the Cleveland Guardians, May 16th through the 18th. On Saturday, May 17th, rev your engines for Reds Racing Night. To celebrate the Reds' participation in this summer's MLB Speedway Classic at Bristol, fans in attendance will receive a Mr. Reds race car bobblehead presented by Kroger while supplies last. Secure your seats now at reds.com/tickets.
Sometimes I hear a sparkling sound.
Like when we say, all you have to do is point?
There it is.
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Guess what? Our ugly faces are on YouTube. Search 971 The Fan and watch all your favorite shows. Laptop, phone, tablet, smart TV, we're everywhere. Bring us in the bedroom with you. Yes, The Fan.
Hi, I'm Janice. I'm a coach at Awaken 180 Weight Loss. One of my most successful clients, not only in weight loss, but in attitude, came to us with stern doctor's orders that if he didn't do something, he would be dead within 5 years. He did not initially even want to have the conversation, but he signed up for the program. By the second week on the program, he was thanking me, thanking the program. He could not believe how much better he felt. Within 8 weeks, he was down 55 pounds. He was a true transformation of body, but definitely of mind. And of course, he feels amazing.
Hey, it's Austin Ward with a reminder that losing weight with Awaken 180 isn't about the number on the scale. It's about how that number spearheads endless successes. Bring your goals to Awaken 180. Then celebrate when you check off each and every one of them. Call 844-346-1800 or go online at awaken180weightloss.com.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Final segment of the program. T-Bone and Tyvis here. Now joining us is the guy who's going to be doing this show 3 to 6 starting next Monday. Common Man and Timmy Hall. Hello, Tim.
Oh, you guys. You've stolen my line. You realize that?
Hey.
Crashing the crosstalk party and stealing my line.
Well, you didn't say it. for quite some time, so I decided.
I couldn't say it because you were starting the segment saying it. Why would I then say it right after you said it?
I mean, hey.
Tyvis, why are you wearing a Fat Boy Food shirt?
Nice T-shirt, Tyvis.
Cameraman gifted this to me before the show, so
it's very nice.
I seen Tyvis.
You seen it?
I seen him eating a cupcake about 15 minutes ago.
He's lying.
What kind of diet is this guy on?
Everyone, he doesn't have
Rhyme
proof.
Time brought a bunch of cupcakes because he's a nice guy. Look like from Giant Eagles with an S. And Scarlet Gray cupcakes.
Walmart's, Kroger's, all the above.
Yeah.
Sheets is actually
you don't
correct.
have video
Sheets is
evidence,
sheet.
It didn't happen.
Sheet. Oh, it happened. We've got a security camera first.
Well, here's the question. One, why are you fat shaming my new morning show partner? That's not okay.
No, I like to see it. I just don't like how he won't own it and just be who he needs to be.
Yeah, the hypocrisy. I agree.
Right.
That is a little frustrating.
I'm a hypocrite.
Well, when you're saying like I can't even eat bread, and then
that's not what I said.
But you shouldn't eat bread.
You should not eat bread.
That's fine.
Say the hypocrisy is the worst part.
Yeah, I think eating the cupcakes
I say it's the
worst
eating.
part. That's right, Timmy. You got me. You did it.
Thank you, Norm.
Got me. Yeah, Norm's good. So what's been going on back there?
Boy, my eyes are starting to bleed because I've been looking at schedules for the next month or so.
Yeah.
When all this is happening next Monday, right?
Yeah, all the changes to the on-air lineup here at the Fan.
Yeah. And then like a little more than a week and a half after it starts, somebody is going to be out for a day or two.
I saw that.
It's really weird. It was the strangest thing. It's the darkest thing I've ever seen. Someone named Tyvis
wait a minute.
is going to be out for a couple days, so I'm racking my brain on what the depth charts are going to look like.
I've already told the world why I was going. It's not up to me. It's not because I personally want to leave.
Tyvis.
Sure, I got you.
Tyvis.
I got it.
If it was, it's fine.
No, it's
just
not.
admit it.
No,
it's fine.
It's not.
The hypocrisy is the worst part.
I need to be here.
Exactly.
I need to be here every day.
Every day.
Because the fans expect it. When 6 to 9 come and they get in their cars or they tune in YouTube or wherever you get your podcast, you just type in Cameraman and T-Bone, which is soon to be T-Bone and Tyvis. But if you search that in, you can get all your audio wherever you get your podcast. But when
you just switched the afternoon podcast to the morning podcast. Is
well,
that what you did?
Yours is good. They're already there. They're going to keep getting ours.
That's true.
Ours is starting at 0. So
I'm just going to try to not take them away from the podcast. Maybe pick up a few more,
actively
but not
delete
decrease
your podcast app because of Timmy. Sure,
right.
But I said all that to say, I don't know what I was saying. I lost my train.
That you
of thought.
stay in the seat. You want to be there for the fans.
Yeah, take days off.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Have you ever just took a day?
Yes.
You take a day?
Yes. I wanted to
give
just
us
take
time
tomorrow,
off.
but I'm not going
what
to.
What if it, for no reason, you just you know what, I just need a day.
They have these mental health days now.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's what I'll tell you, Tyvis. This is true. And by the way, I'm just pulling the curtain back here. We don't get to keep our days off. They don't let you cash them in or roll them over.
Nothing.
So
You'll just lose a lot
I have
of
told
days.
management here, if you want me here more often, let me cash in my days and I will be here almost every day. And at the end of the day, I would just deposit all those into the bank.
Will you though?
Yeah.
You only want to take what? A week and a half? 2 weeks?
I would take less. I would take. Well, I have kids. Tyvis.
That's like 7 work days out of the whole year. What are you, crazy person?
Tyvis,
Yes.
your kids you don't take your kids on vacation. You're going to want to go on vacation at some point.
They're not going to like Dad too much.
Go to
when they
Disney
get
World.
older.
Something. Go check out.
They're too young for that.
Okay, but someday they won't be. They're going to grow up and want to do stuff, and they're going to want their dad to go with them.
You don't think in 3 or 4 years they won't like Mickey Mouse?
Unlike you, I don't have a lot of PTO, so therefore I have to be.
You're starting at ground zero.
You got to earn it.
Well,
That's right.
I mean, I don't plan on using it, so.
Well, You use it or lose it. That's what I've heard.
Could we split them up?
Yeah, can we take your days and add them to ours?
You take a week,
That's
whatever,
great.
3 weeks, give one to Bodie, whatever.
Yeah, Bodie, you want some
want a week,
PTO
Bodie?
time?
I just want to be clear that Bone, Tyvis, and I had a meeting at some point in the last week or so, and I brought this up, so I've already got dibs on at least a few of those days.
That's right, you do. I forgot about that.
Good.
It's
I'll make it
sad
happen.
that y'all want to leave the fans.
No, it's not that.
They tune in to hear y'all thoughts and voice and laugh, and y'all want to take a week off.
What if a beautiful surprise happens and then Tito winds up being there?
Yeah.
Imagine the surprise when you go to the radio. If I woke up tomorrow with my head sewn to the carpet.
What's coming up on the Buckeye Show tonight, Timmy?
We got a lot of fun things tonight on the Buckeye Show. Did you realize we're only 117 days away from the Texas game?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody does that 100-day countdown, but started a little bit earlier. We're also going to take a deeper look into the 2025 schedule and take a look at the top 5 games. I think Google AI doesn't know what the hell it's talking about when it comes to college football. So a point to be made there. And here's what we're doing. Austin Ward is going to be our co-host tonight. So that's great. I'm excited about that. And at 7 o'clock, a voice that you know in this town is going to host in the one chair for that hour.
Oh.
Because with things moving around with our lineup here soon, starting to think to the future, right? About who do we want to have in the building? Who do we want to have guest host some shows? So at 7 o'clock, guest host. I'm going to stay here, though.
Oh, good.
I'm just going to sit in the third chair here. Austin will stay where he is.
All right.
Why you never
do that.
sit in the third chair for me?
Why would I sit in the third chair?
Or the second chair?
Yeah. I mean, we never really
Never gave you a
discussed it
chance
at that point.
Never gave you a chance,
I already know the reason.
We actually did. I did give you a chance.
I know what the reason is.
Say it.
It's because I'm black.
That's right. I knew it.
Back page, hit it.
The Back Page. With Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Very quickly. At age 115, an English woman named Ethel Katrum is now officially the oldest person alive in the world. She is now assuming that title because, sadly, the previous oldest person in the world has died. Sister Ina Canberro Lucas died at the age of 116. She was a Brazilian nun. She died last week. In either case, now Ethel takes over at 115. So she's. So is that like the NFL draft where you just get the little you're on the clock, this is you now, you're there? I don't know. That's not just what I'm saying. Now she's there. By the way, Isabel Rosa Pereira is 114. She's also now she's waiting for Ethel. And she's like, oh, anytime.
Why would you play that sound?
Here's the thing. Focus. Last thing I'll say.
Grim Reaper.
She says the secret to longevity is never arguing. She doesn't argue with anyone.
Oh, no.
So that's what we're all dead.
Oh,
we're all going to die real soon, comparatively to her. No way.
She on the clock.
She's on the clock. Good for her. Congratulations on your record. All right, that's it for us. Buckeye Show's next. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 5-minute delay on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 161 and Cleveland Avenue. And there's almost a 10-minute slowdown on northbound 71 on the north side between I-70 and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Ohio Basement Authority. Are your floors sagging? Are musty smells reeking throughout your home? Contact Ohio Basement Authority, the crawl space repair experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at ohiobasementauthority.com. Licensed in all states where work is performed. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey, it's Anthony. You know what the slogan is at the Good Feet store? Good feet, good life. Friends have asked me, how are my personally fit arch supports different from the inserts and insoles they can buy online or in department stores? There are big differences. My Good Feet arch supports are designed to provide me firm yet flexible function. What does that do? They actually help correct poor foot biomechanics, which leads to providing me long-term pain relief. I was also the guy who thought, well, if I buy good shoes, my feet won't hurt. It wasn't a bad thought. A lot of people think shoes are always the problem, when in reality, it's often the foot that goes into the shoe that's the real source of discomfort. When I got my personally fit Good Feet arch supports, my feet felt stabilized. The pain and discomfort went away. For more than 30 years, the Good Feet store has helped thousands of people just like me discover the comfort they've been dreaming of. They're on Stringtown Road in Grove City or Polaris Parkway. Learn more at goodfeet.com.
Want to learn about Pick 4 from the Ohio Lottery? Okay, Pick 4 is a daily draw game where you pick 4 individual numbers between 0 and 9 that can be played straight, where each number must be drawn in an exact order or box where they can be drawn in any order. You can win up to $2,500 on a 50-cent bet. Learn more at OhioLottery.com or the Ohio Lottery app. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly. Want to go back to the radio? Okay.
She's the heart of your home, the keeper of traditions, and the one who always puts everyone else first. In the spring, it's her turn. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. For over 78 years, we've offered unforgettable gifts for every milestone, big and small. Mother's Day, anniversaries, birthdays, and more. She deserves more than flowers. She deserves to sparkle. For jewelry that lasts a lifetime, visit Diamond Cellar on Salmo Road and at Easton Town Center, or shop with us online at diamondcellar.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. I know firsthand what it's like to battle through joint pain. After years of the hard hits and the wear and tear on the field, I thought pain, it was just going to be something I had to live with. Let me tell you, that's no longer the case thanks to QC Kinetics. For over 8 years, QC Kinetics has been leading the charge nationwide in non-surgical joint pain relief, helping over 50,000 patients get back to doing what they love, pain-free. Whether it's your knees, back, hips, shoulders, you pick it. If joint pain's been slowing you down, you need to hear about what Dr. Aaron Walkoff and his team in Columbus are doing. They're using cutting-edge regenerative medicine, natural biologic treatments with powerful healing properties to repair and restore damaged joint tissue. No surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. Just real results. The kind of treatment I wish I had access to during my playing days, and now you do. Imagine this summer playing around at golf, chasing the kids, and just enjoying a walk without the pain. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-2845-44. They now have offices in Grove City and Canal Winchester.
Beds are us. When dreams don't get in, beds are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
Beds are us. When dreams don't get in, beds are us.
Spanley spent his life in the saddle, wrangling whatever life threw at him. But nothing prepared him for the fight against low T and ED. Shane practically hunched him over. Bonbon pills just gave him a headache. He begged for a lifeline.
Well, maybe it's over.
Columbus Men's Clinic said no. Medical conditions, old age, there's hope. This is about real treatments. Science, not one-size-fits-all guesswork. Columbus Men's Clinic was designed for men who hate going to the doctor. Personalized plans, cutting-edge treatments, overseen by an actual medical provider that takes the time to listen. With low T and ED treatments others only dream about, we fight like hell to get you back in the saddle. Because every second you wait, your condition could worsen. Act now. Don't let time slip away. Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com. Your consultation is only $99, including blood work. And you'll know your T level before you leave. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Newman Roofing, as part of their 2025 Commitment to Community initiative, is proud to partner with 10 TV and The Fan to launch Raise the Roof, honoring local heroes. This week, we salute U.S. Navy veteran Ronald Jordan. For over 25 years, Ronald has served our country and community, flying critical missions, protecting top officials, and keeping our streets safe as a Springfield police officer and homicide detective. With retirement around the corner, he's looking forward to traveling with his wife. Thank you, Ronald, for a lifetime of service.